Hey everybody, I'm Devin Rogers and welcome to the fourth All Hands podcast. Guys, this is a very special podcast for three reasons. Number one, all four of us are here. We have Rudy Montilla.
Hi, how are you?
Matt Mann.
Hello.
And Onyx Francis G.
Hey.
We're also videotaping. First time videotaping the podcast. You actually get to see what all four of us look like. Fancy.
I'm sorry, none of them have the glorious facial hair that I do.
I tried it.
I can't.
This is also our Pre-E3 episode.
Yes.
Hype train.
Hype train.
Yes.
Hype train levels at max. But before we get started with all of the E3 goodness, we are going to do a gaming resume. Before we even get there, though, we're going to start with some E3 goodness.
I was going to say, do I have to facilitate me right now?
So let's get started with a quick icebreaker. Guys, what is your dream E3 announcement? It can be a game, it could be a console, it could be a service.
Virtual Boy 2. No, just kidding.
And I'll kick us off. You probably have not even heard me talk about this in our friendship circle, but I would say a complete reboot, a faithful recreation, or some sort of homage to Road Rash.
Road Rash.
Road Rash.
Really?
I want a motorcycle racing game that is you're breaking the law.
Beating people up.
Beating people up. That is my dream game.
You need to release your inner rage.
I'm just thinking of Sven taking a whiff from my baseball bat in Road Rash 2. I don't know if Electronic Arts still holds the rights to that game or not. But
When was the last time a Road Rash even came out?
there's been Road Rashes on PC and they stunk cheese.
Yeah.
They were terrible. But the original trilogy of Road Rash games where you go racing, you're upgrading your bike, you're winning races, you're getting more money, and just flying down a road and looking in your side view mirrors to see people coming up on you, and as soon as they come up on side of you, you kick them into oncoming traffic and they go flipping backwards. You got police chasing you on motorcycles and you're beating them up too. Nothing against
Sounds like Orlando traffic.
But that would be my dream game.
That would be pretty cool. Okay.
Are we going around?
Yeah,
I mean, I might as
We
well.
should just give the most hipster answer award after we do this icebreaker. Let's go ahead. Top it, Rudy.
Okay, so
I don't think.
I'm a Metroid man. I want a Metroid Prime so bad on Switch. Like, it came out, Zelda's awesome, I love it, Minecraft's out, and that's pretty good too. But I want a Metroid so bad. Like, I mean, what was it? Retro Studios, they tweeted, like,
Oh my god.
A prime rib.
Yeah.
Like, dude, what a tease.
Seriously.
What a tease.
And they're based out of Texas too, so it's like really like, we're in Texas, we barbecue, but it's a prime rib.
Yeah, I know.
We love you.
But I definitely want a Metroid Prime bad.
Now imagine they take the ideology of game development and they took with Zelda and applied that to a Metroid Prime. I mean, an open world Metroid Prime with the Metroid Prime exploration and like discovery and the sense of discovery. That'd be a hell of a game.
That'd be epic, man.
Yeah. Okay.
I'd play it.
Yeah.
Man, I give this a lot of thought. Like I have a list. I have a list of like games that almost made the cut. Alien Isolation 2 was on there. Warcraft 4 was on there. World of Warcraft 2, BioShock 3, which would be Return to Rapture, and then the one that almost took it was Silent Hills. But if Kojima's not working on it doesn't matter. But what I ended up on, and I think this could really happen, is if you guys recall, right before LucasArts went down, before Disney, there was a little game called Star Wars 1313 that everyone was like, oh my god. And I'm talking like the writing team from Uncharted 2 combining with the gameplay team from like Kojima Productions. Like, I want the original Star Wars story in gameplay format now. Whether it's Boba Fett or whatever, I don't care. It doesn't have to be 1313. But that would be my dream. Like a really, really good Star. I don't care if you're a Jedi, I don't care if you're a bounty hunter, I don't care. Just give me a cool Star Wars adventure game.
That would be dope. I play it.
We'll call it Star Wars 1414.
1414. Alright. As for me, it's just going to be two. That's kind of cheating, but whatever. The first one would be a Grandia 4. I loved Grandia 2. Never played 3, but I really want 4. I wanted to go back and make that battle system is so good. Probably the best, in my opinion, in the JRPG franchise or genre. And then Super Smash Bros. Melee HD, please.
Yeah.
Okay, well.
You might get your Smash Bros. Wii U ported over to the Switch, but
Yeah, I think that's
I
what's
want
going to
Melee.
happen.
I know.
Melee in HD with the game. Please make it happen, Nintendo. I'd buy 2.
Actually, I think all 3 of you will probably get some pleasant surprises at E3. Maybe not exactly what you're looking for. We're
Well,
probably going to get a Smash Bros. Port. Because of that tweet, and because Retro Studios has been working on something, I think Metroid is probably in the cards.
Oh.
too.
and we already know that What's-Her-Face from the lead writing team at
Amy
Naughty
Hennig
Dog is working on a
with,
Star
I think
Wars
it's
game.
Criterion that's doing Star
I
Wars.
think,
Is
it
it
might be,
really?
yeah. So we know she's doing something on Star Wars.
Ooh. So,
You and the hipster would, though.
Why?
I don't even know what the hell the game you listed
Grandia?
first was. I've never played
You
Grandia.
never? Oh man.
I've never played it.
I discovered my inner weeboo very late in the game.
Sorry, dude.
Very late in the game.
I mean, you are wearing the Jurassic Park shirt.
That does not make you a hit.
It's just old. No, forget it.
Oh,
Hipster.
Listen.
I'm confused.
Whatever. Grandia 2 was fantastic. If you guys ever played it, you would be like, oh, so Final Fantasy X ripped off from Grandia 2. Because like a lot of characters look similarly, a lot of like themes for the story are very similar, and that one came out.
So the voice acting's terrible?
The voice acting was directed by the same. No, shut up. No, the voice acting.
Yeah, but the combat system is great, and the
Combat
characters are
system's great,
great,
the music's
and the
fantastic.
story is great for Final Fantasy X.
Look,
Final Fantasy X is great.
It is. It is a great game. Grandia 2 better.
10
It also has the same voice acting director of the first Metal Gear Solid, which makes it have better voice acting. Better voice acting, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm done. Moving on.
You sure?
Yes. Grandia 2.
Well, E3 is going to be fantastic. Hopefully, all of our dreams come true. I have a feeling not all of them will, but there will be a lot of dreams coming true. We're going to be talking a lot about E3 in just a moment, but before we get there, we have a new resume to take a look at. This is for a game coming out next month. You guys ready for this? All Hands Panel. With Zelda and Mario Kart checked off the list, it's time to switch things up with a new Nintendo IP. This is where I come in. First revealed during the early 2017 Nintendo Switch presentation, and later the subject of 2 Nintendo Directs, I'm hoping my rock'em sock'em fighting style will bring the magic that gamers have come to expect from my developer. Please don't forget about my release during the craziness of E3 week. I think this comes out the Thursday or Friday of E3. But let's be serious, I'll be punching my way to the top of the headlines. A knockout in the making, ARMS.
Could you fit more puns?
Those were all for you, man.
Bad jokes, man.
Killing me,
Left
dude.
and right.
I'm the only one. The only survivor without children here.
So this is, I think, one of the rare times where one of us has actually played the game before we've gotten to the resume.
Yeah.
I say rare because this is 1 in 4.
Yeah.
We'll see if it's 1 in 50 by the time we get to the 50th episode.
Yeah.
But Onyx, what is your initial thoughts of ARMS, having played some of the beta test?
Yeah. Very steep learning curve. Having to gauge where your opponent is at all times, having to move with the motion, having to jump with the buttons up here. You hold it like a thumbs up thing. Like you literally hold the controllers like this. And just having to, all that in your mind, going at the same time, having to curve and defend and like press it. Very steep learning curve, but you can tell already from the hour that I played, it's a very deep game. The mechanics are there. Like it's not just Wii boxing where it was just who can waggle the fastest. It is not that. This is truly a deep game, and I think that it has a lot of room for growth.
So when you say deep, are you referring to the gameplay itself?
Right. Yeah.
Did they give any sort of hints as to there being a campaign or any sort of single player content, or is this primarily going to be a multiplayer, jump in, do some matches, and jump back out type of game.
Like most fighting games, that's going to be the focus. It's going to be the one versus one opponent. There is, like from the last direct, they did show a little bit of what looked like a big arch nemesis type of thing that you would fight towards to. So I would imagine a campaign where maybe maybe minor
A light
cutscenes.
story mode.
Yeah. Which is fine. It's a fighting game. That's expected. Look at Street Fighter V.
Punch Out? Something like Punch Out, maybe?
Possibly, yeah. Actually, it could be very reminiscent to Punch Out, which actually had a lot of content, especially the Wii version, or whatever it was called. But yeah.
Wow, I never even put 2 and 2 together. I wonder if this is them taking the Punch Out concept to the next level.
It's quite
been a long
possible.
time.
Could be.
Yeah.
There's also going to be 2 versus 2. I saw.
There's doubles.
Yeah, and the only issue with that is like frame rate or something like that. But
yeah, I mean the frame rate when you have 4 people on screen on the same Switch, when you do 2, it drops to 30 frames per second on the same Switch though. If you're online and you're doing doubles, it's still 60 FPS.
I was watching someone just briefly last night on Twitch. I was like, oh yeah, that's going on, and I didn't have it downloaded. I was like, let me watch, and they happened to be doing the 2v2, and they're like tethered together,
Yes.
and
they're
just
tethered?
you have a
You're tethered to
tether,
your partner.
so like you have a certain like limitation in your range of movement. It looked like absolute chaos, but in like the funnest kind of way.
Yes,
so.
I did some 2v2s last night on the test punch, and it was fun, but you have to get used to it. This is the first time since I mentioned earlier Guitar Hero, where it's such a unique control scheme that my brain was just like battling what I want. I wanted to play like a normal game, like I want to press buttons and whatever, but it wasn't registering until maybe like almost an hour into it, where I started winning my match. Like, oh my god, I'm getting this, and then I had a blast, like the last 20 minutes. Yeah.
It's the wrong metaphor at this table. We have a couple of Guitar Hero Rock Band champions sitting here.
Yeah.
That was good for you. We used to play Rock Band a lot together back in the day.
oh yeah, man, we would
Hey,
watch
hey,
lots.
look, you're the one claiming that you're playing
Good
some
times.
Dragon Force 100%, so we'll see if you can throw it down and
I
try.
can 100% Dragon Force on guitar.
I can too, on easy.
Yeah, me too. That's exactly. I never claimed expert. I just said.
If you are actually trolling me right now, I'm so annoyed with you.
That was a.
Are you actually good at Rock Band?
He
I'm
is.
good at Rock Band.
He's really
I can't play Dragon Force for crap on expert, but I long con you on
know
that.
how you guys can
Got it on camera. Okay,
You guys
so
can hash it out on arms.
so.
You got in my head. I was talking to people at work about that. I was like, there's no way. I was like, if he can actually do that, he's the only person I've ever met that is unequivocally better at Rock Band than me. And I was hoping for it too, Sean. I was like, I hope he is.
I was 27th in the world on Hysteria before everybody played it, so we'll see. Anyway, so the development team of ARMS, from what I can tell, has not been advertised. So I can't really confirm any employees that have worked on this game by name other than the producer, Kosuke Yabuki. And so what we're going to do is look at the last game he worked on. We're going to take the score from that last game and use that as our basis to determine if this is a must-play, a potential play, or if we're going to pass. The last game that he worked on, he was the producer for Mario Kart 8
Yeah.
Deluxe
Yeah.
on the Nintendo Switch.
Okay.
Man, that game sucks. So much fun.
It got a 92 from critics and an 84 from users.
Yeah.
We're not going to use these in our what we choose, but he also worked on. He was the supervisor for both versions of Smash Brothers, the Wii U and the 3DS version, and he was the director for Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U.
Okay.
And all of those had scores within the high 80s to low 90s across critics and users.
From what I know, I mean, he's the producer, but like the Mario Kart 8 team, the entire team worked on ARMS. This was their follow-up. So it's pretty much Nintendo's, whatever they're called, EAD team, Team A, Team B.
They have EADs broken into like 4 or 5 different groups, but the EAD team that worked on those games should be the ones working
So
on
they've
it.
got pedigree.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I don't know. I love Mario Kart 8.
Yeah.
Dude, when it came out, it seemed like a no-brainer with the Switch, the deluxe version, and like It's one of the games where I was actually able to get my wife to play with me. And like Ollie, like my 1-year-old, like picked it up and was just like blah, 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 blah. Like you put on the auto controls and auto steering, it's whatever. But it's such a good game that like casuals can go into and they can play harmoniously with hardcore gamers. And I think that's like one of the coolest things about Nintendo. So they have that team coming into ARMS, like you said, there's like a little bit of a learning curve with ARMS, but I mean the potential.
I want ARMS. I have it pre-ordered, and I'm gonna keep it pre-ordered. I want to play the game, and also my son like wants to play so bad, so that's even more incentive.
Did he play with you?
No. He's just seen the trailers, and he's
Okay.
like, I want to play ARMS. When is this coming out? And I'm like,
That's
next
awesome.
month. He's like, not tomorrow.
So you have it pre-ordered?
I do.
Is it a budget title or is it a full $60
It's a full
game?
$60 game. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think because of my particular situation, having my son that will play with me,
True.
having like a sibling, that I can play with because he's getting it as well.
Yeah.
I'm going to get my hour. I'm gonna get my money's worth out of this time.
Right.
I must play. Yeah.
Okay, we got one must play.
I mean, I can't pass on it because I think it has a lot of potential. It would be a potential play for me. I've yet to see anything that has just like grabbed me from it. And I know we're evaluating this based off of pedigree, but also, I mean, my experience with Mario Kart 8 has only been on the Switch. And I think it's a good game, although I think that it was probably much more competitive before they added in 2 items. Because Lord,
Whoa.
there are way too many shells flying in that game when I'm on. You can drop from like first place to 8th place. Now, ARMS is a fresh title. They're not going to do something gimmicky like that, So
That'd be
I mean,
True.
I could pick it up and absolutely love it. I think like in this circle, I think is a LAN game. When the 4 of us are sitting here like playing together, I think it could be absolutely phenomenal. The way that Smash is phenomenal, the way that Mario Kart is phenomenal.
Yeah.
So I mean, it'd be a potential for me. I would have to know that I was going to be able to like every week or two be able to do it, because am I going to sit at home and go online with randoms and play it one-on-one? I mean, I could just go play like For Honor or something like that, and it's going to give me a similar vibe. I don't know how much of a workout this is compared to, does it have that element to it? Oh, I want to get my blood moving.
It depends on how you play.
Yeah.
I played sitting down, just moving my arms, and that was good and well.
Okay, so
But
you can play couch potato mode then.
pretty literally.
Because Wii boxing was exhausting.
Yeah.
But like you said, that was who could waggle the fastest. World champion waggler, by the way. I'd be on the floor laid out, just like after a
If
match.
you did that with Wii boxing, I assure you, you will get a nice workout from arms. That takes way more.
It's a potential play for me. I'm not like, oh man, the hype train's rolling, but it looks interesting.
I don't know, man. I definitely, I'm with you. I think this is a definitive must-have because, like, it's that family aspect that you can get with it, and like, let's say we land it up and like start gaming, like that's another benefit to it as well. But my wife, she hates the fact that I game so much, and
I think all our significant others, maybe except Matt's.
You guys are, man, it sounds so terrible.
It's
My wife games a little bit, but she's totally cool with me gaming. I don't have children stopping me from gaming.
I think the
Well,
kids could be a factor.
the kids could be a factor as well. But I mean, it's just like the family aspect because like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is so approachable, and like
yes.
with Zelda, like my wife, she'll watch me and she'll be like, "What? This is so beautiful. This is amazing."
Yeah.
Like ARMS is another avenue for that. And
That's
like,
the Nintendo specialty.
I love it, man.
Like, gaming is an experience that nobody else does anymore, especially as like a group experience or a family
Exactly.
experience.
Nintendo does not want to forget that.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Nintendo
Exactly.
Land, Smash, Mario Kart, Mario Party, like it's their whole history. So
So yeah, definitive must-have. I feel like, and we can land it up and
Yeah, we will.
your siblings and everybody can come and we just have popcorn and play, waggle it out.
When it was first announced, I was like, hard pass.
Yeah,
This
I remember.
looks pretty dumb.
Yes.
I remember that.
But then the first Nintendo Direct they did after the Switch 2017 presentation, which you can watch my reaction to on our YouTube channel.
Nice
Quick
plug.
plug. I was actually very surprised. It seemed like it was more there was more depth there than I anticipated. I did not watch the second Direct, so I didn't see all the extra ARM stuff. But in a way, I didn't want to because that first Direct got me excited for this game. So I don't want to go into it with all these expectations now. I want to be able to say okay and just kind of soak it in as I'm playing. So that said, I would say it's a must play, but I think I'm going to wait until the price comes down a bit.
If it ever
I don't know.
Yeah, Nintendo games are rarely come out.
Touche, and with pre-order pricing and stuff like that, I could probably get it for $50 instead of $60.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of other games on my plate that are these big, epic, 60-plus hour games that I want to get through. I could go drop $60 on those and get 60 hours out of it. I don't want to do a Mario Kart and drop $60 and get 5 to 10 hours out of it. Not to say that's what would happen with ARMS, but I want to wait and see. So the game itself looks great. I will say must play, but I'm going to wait for pricing.
I mean, it could also
Before I
be
pull the trigger.
if you get into the game enough, maybe if you like the way that it plays, it could be that kind of like palate cleanser in between the big epic games. Because, I mean, it happened with me in Persona. I love Persona 5, but eventually I kind of wanted to take a break, and I got Nier. And now I'm like, okay, I love Nier. I want to play ARMS. And that's how I never finish games.
Yep.
Self-control when it comes to... This is just the worst year to have self-control with all these games.
So
or the best year. I don't know.
Yeah.
One of the two. Okay, so it sounds like, generally speaking, I think we're all on board with ARMS. Perhaps we'll do an exit review of it someday. But now, the meat of this podcast. This is the last podcast before E3.
Oh, yeah.
So we are going to go through a list of 27, arbitrary number, 27 games. Actually, that was how many games I could put on one side of a piece of paper. 27 games, and we are going to individually determine if we're watching an E3 press conference, these games, would they be super hype, or is it going to wipe your enthusiasm? So hype or wipe. There's no in between. It's complete for extremes on both sides.
Okay.
Binary.
About half of these games are already announced. Half of them and the other half are either expected unannounced games, or there's kind of some outliers in here too. So we'll just go through these and we'll go one by one. Onyx, we'll start with you, and we'll just come this way around the table, and we'll just keep going in a circle until we get through all 27. All right, so we're going to kick things off with 2 games from Electronic Arts.
Okay.
Wipe.
The first game, Star Wars Battlefront 2. Is this
What's
a
like
game?
Neutral reaction.
There is none.
You have to choose.
You have to
So
pick.
one or the other.
Yes, I want to see that hype at
Yes,
E3,
scrub.
or get that out of here. That's
You're
going to
such a
cause me to
hipster.
fall asleep. It's got to be one of 2.
If done right, hype. Yeah, that's my final stance. I didn't care for Battlefront 1, even though it did play well in the beta, but but I think it's done well. Hype. That's right. Yep. Okay. Hype.
You already know where I stand. We talked about this game last time.
Do they know where you stand?
A million times hype. That game is going to be incredible.
I think it will too. It looks good.
Dice on Frostbite with the time to develop it. No
Yeah.
EA pressure this time.
Yes.
A single player campaign where you get to play Darkseid. They're bringing more eras in. Finally, don't even call it Battlefront 2. It's the actual Battlefront.
What is that?
Battlefront 1 was Battlefront Prologue.
Beta.
Battlefront
Beta.
0.5.
Yes, Battlefront Ground Zeroes.
Oh my god.
Battlefront early release.
Battlefront 2.0.
Battlefront 3.24456 Kingdom Hearts 8. That joke is never gonna die.
Never.
But yeah, hype.
My answer's a lot shorter. Definitely hype. We talked about it before. I feel the same way that you did. Battlefront 1 was just too thin. I guess would be the best way of saying it. And the fact that they have a campaign has me so stoked. And we all know gameplay is going to be sharp.
Yeah,
So-
it really will be.
It will be. So definitely hype.
I would also say hype. I'm more hyped for the campaign than I am for the multiplayer aspect.
Yep.
If they can get the multiplayer aspect to be as dynamic and just stuffed with content as far as unlockables and progression style goes, like they've done with some of the Battlefield games, I'm totally in. they better not show concept art or developers working on this game on their monitors, or I'm gonna go nuts. But
Is that like a big hint?
that's electronic. That's what they've done in the past.
They did that for the first Battlefront.
EA really
Yeah,
They
likes
did that for
to-
Mass Effect 2 years in a row.
EA's
But they-
real like close to the chest on everything these
Yeah.
days. Like they're just like, oh, we're not gonna show it.
But they had
Look at this
didn't they
big
show,
picture.
for the Battlefront 2 trailer, didn't they show like gameplay, or was it just story?
It was all
It was
in-engine.
in-engine footage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So that's more like concept art already.
Yeah.
I would
True.
imagine gameplay would
True.
be shown.
Well, and it's coming out this year, so
Yeah,
they've got
yeah,
something.
I have a feeling they're gonna show a tiny segment of single player because they're gonna want to have you interested in the character, especially with Star Wars fans. They want you to know that Spec Ops Stormtrooper chick you're playing. They're gonna be like, oh, this is so and so, and
Yeah,
you're
right.
like, yeah.
The next game from EA, the last game from EA, Dragon Age Inquisition 2.
White.
Wipe.
White.
Why is that on
I
it?
stopped caring about Dragon Age after I played 2. And I had no interest in Inquisition.
So you did not play Inquisition?
Nope. And I read all the. That it was a good game, but like side quests were really boring and meager. A lot of. I just didn't care. I'm done with that franchise. So what?
It's a little tough, but having come off of the garbage heap that is Mass Effect Andromeda.
Oh my god! That's changed so much since
Oh, it
our
has
first
changed so
podcast.
much.
That's
I
great.
mean, I kind of have to go Wipe 2 because A, the Bioware team's very different now, and I don't know. B, I don't really want like a sequel to Inquisition. I think Dragon Age is like you don't want to drag it too far, right?
Right.
And I know for a fact that Bioware is working on an original IP. They've been working on it for 2 or 3 years. They talked about it 2 or 3 years ago, and for me, it's an opportunity to reset, to be in a good place, to not be relying on the pedigree of your former games. So if they announce Dragon Age 2, I'm just gonna be like, oh, well, or Dragon Age Inquisition 2. I'm like, well. By your mathematics, this game is going to suck anyway, because every other Dragon Age game.
But a 2 has been pretty great.
Yeah, so.
Okay.
What about you, Rudy?
Like, I love Dragon Age,
Yeah.
dude. It's like, I played the first one and I tried to get you guys into it, and you guys were like,
Well, I played the first one.
did you like it? Did you finish it?
Yeah.
Okay, alright. So Dragon Age 2, I felt like was so bad.
It had really good
It
combat.
had potential,
Yeah.
but it was so bad. The rehash of the same resources.
Yeah, the
and
level
things,
design
it was so
Well,
bad.
but it missed the point of Dragon Age, which was a modernized but also completely true to form Baldur's Gate spiritual
Right.
Yeah,
successor.
exactly.
You know, this is a D&D virtual game
Yeah.
with party management and turn-based combat, but we'll let you get a little seamless with it, and strong RP elements and an interesting original story. Dragon Age, the whole Templars versus like mages thing was great, super cool. How do you make a fantasy world interesting? We've told all the stories you can tell, and they made it interesting. And then Dragon Age 2 was just like, cool combat, Xbox 360, whatever.
Pretty
Nobody
much.
cared, so.
But yeah, I mean, I enjoyed the combat. The whole story elements and all that felt very weak and thin.
Yeah.
But Dragon Age Inquisition, man, I played that game. I'm pretty sure I was close to 100 hours, if not over.
Inquisition was
And
good.
it was awesome, man. Like, I loved it. The side quests were tedious. There were a lot of fetch quests in there. But, like, at the end of the day, like, I'm hyped for this one just because I agree, BioWare is different than what it was during the Mass Effect original trilogy.
Or even Knights of the Republic. Like,
Yeah.
even that era was so good. But anyway.
Oh man, that could have been on my list of hype games for E3.
So awesome. But yeah, I'm hyped.
You are hyped.
I am hyped because, dude, like, it's a good concept. And if they build up on that and they don't F it up, like, I'm fine.
I'm in the same boat. If they don't F it up, I'm hyped. I am hyped. Did you say you beat Inquisition?
Yeah.
You did beat it.
Yeah.
So there was that little twist at the end,
Mhm.
which, in all honesty, I didn't even use the. I'm not going to spoil it, but it didn't affect me that much story-wise. But I thought it was such a cool twist that I was like, oh, I want to see where this goes.
Exactly.
If they can make it like The Witcher, maybe a little bit more story-wise, like in how because if you look at Dragon Age Inquisition and then you look at The Witcher, you can't go back to Inquisition.
No.
They need to spice things up to make
Yeah.
it, if not The Witcher, something more epic than. And Dragon Age Inquisition was pretty freaking epic. I platinumed that game. I spent a lot of time in that game.
But I think we all agree that it won Game of the Year in a year that the competition was extremely
I would-
low.
I-
And also,
you're
the other
right.
thing to keep in account is if you remember the E3 coverage of it a year before even, there were a lot of big gameplay mechanics that they scrapped.
Yeah.
Really?
Like huge. There was this whole system where you're supposed to be able to make choices that impacted the world. Where you're either going to go to the castle or go to the village, and then the castle gets destroyed, and it totally changes the way that the rest of that series. And they just scrapped that. I would love to see that. Like I could be hyped if I knew they were going to bring that back, but. We'll see. I want to see what they pull out of their bag of tricks. It's been a
I
while.
have hope.
We need fresh ideas. There's too many rehashes these days.
I agree.
That I agree with. Too much nostalgia.
So, speaking of new ideas, let's move on to Ubisoft. Now, speaking of new ideas, this game isn't actually on our list. I just want to know your guys' quick thoughts on it. The Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle.
I've never even played a Rabbids game, for the record. It's from Rayman. It's a Rayman.
Yeah,
spin-off,
they are
isn't
from
it?
Rayman,
Okay,
yeah.
here's the thing: is I love Rayman.
So do I.
The most recent one was Rayman Legends.
Legends.
Rayman Legends is
Fantastic.
one of the best platformers
Yes.
ever made, in
Yes.
my opinion.
Can we
But
get
like,
you to play with us? 'Cause
I don't-
It's so good.
it's
They've never played it.
incredibly good.
Yeah, like
It's like Ori and the Blind Forest's art meets like the best Mario game you've
It
ever
really
played.
has
Like it's
such-
really fantastic.
Oh, Rayman?
Yeah, Rayman Legends.
Oh yeah, I played
Yeah.
Rayman
Oh yeah.
on my Vita.
Oh,
man.
let's not get into that,
No,
okay?
no.
But
Vita's like-
but I've never played any of the Rabbids stuff, and the Rabbids stuff always looked very niche to me.
It has been though. It's always been really comedic.
Yeah.
A lot of mini games and stuff.
Yeah.
But they are funny. They are genuinely funny. And
They are.
just random point, Rabbids came before Minions, and Minions
Yes.
copied them.
Yeah.
So I'm like, no, Rabbids are the original.
And now
Minions.
there's a minion in everything. Like there's some
Yes.
version of it, and I'm so sick of it.
It looks like a goofy game. I'm sure we're going to see that at E3 because there was
Oh,
a
definitely
leak
are.
from Ubisoft
Yeah.
about.
So it's not even on your list.
It's not on the
No,
list. I
no.
just wanted to get a general,
I think
do some quick comments on
I
it.
have hopes. I hopes that it will be okay.
Me too.
I mean, anything Mario's in, I hope for good things.
Yeah.
I'm going to do this for each game. I didn't do it for the other two, but Star Wars Battlefront 2, so 4 hypes, and then Dragon Age Inquisition 2, we were split down the middle,
2 and 2.
2 and 2. The next Assassin's Creed.
Like,
Why?
I don't care about it. I stopped caring about Assassin's Creed, like, around the Brotherhood era. I just don't care about it anymore. I'm so done with that
Yeah.
franchise. It hasn't innovated. It hasn't done anything new. It just polished the turd that was the first one of this generation. What was it? Unity.
Unity.
And they're
Unity was
trying to
turd.
recover from that. And it's like,
That was
I don't care.
the French one, right?
Yeah, that was the
yeah.
French one.
Oh man.
I just don't care about it anymore. It's,
The
every time I
bugs.
see it, the combat sucks. It always sucked. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Always.
Always have bad combat. It's
We should let everybody know that you just do not like that style of combat, period. So, like the Batman games, you didn't like it there.
that's true.
You don't like
Wrong.
Witcher games?
I do it. What?
The Witcher.
I'm just messing with you.
The Witcher's combat is crap anyway.
But
so-
The Witcher's combat is better than Assassin's Creed. So
Well, that's not saying anything. You're also talking. Assassin's Creed has had 4 different combat mechanic styles. Like the original games were much more intricate. Now it's just gotten down to like push triangle, push square, push
Yeah.
triangle, push square.
like
It's
this
the
is
worst.
intricate.
It's the
trigger
worst.
button and parry
It's
once
the
in a while.
worst
Yeah.
version of that combat system currently. Like where you're just like hitting a button. Like,
Assassin's Creed.
yeah.
But-
I have to go hype. Here's why. For
I did not expect that.
Black. Okay.
Wow.
Now here's the thing. Black Flag was incredible.
Black
Oh,
Flag
It was amazing.
good, though. I'm sorry.
And
Black
Assassin's
Flag,
Creed
yeah.
1 and 2
Yeah.
were
Oh, yeah, you
good
played that one,
games
right?
when
They
they were
were.
original. What happened to Assassin's Creed was they got too formulaic and they started pumping them out. They didn't know where to go with the story. Unity was the first next-gen one, and they added some interesting mechanical things, but it was a terrible story with terrible
But they
characters.
forgot a bunch of
Nobody
art
cares.
assets.
Yes,
I'll never
absolutely.
forget the picture of the eyeballs.
I'm assuming I'm the only person at the table who played Syndicate.
No, actually, I played.
You gotta
Like,
see it.
I have Syndicate. Yeah, my wife bought it for me.
Syndicate is much better than Unity.
I
Now,
agree.
I still feel like I would rank Syndicate above 3, below 4. Like it's like, okay, we're getting back to it, but why don't we have awesome pirate simulator? Like, why can't we have more fun with this? But at least the characters were good, the combat was solid, the visuals were amazing. This is the first time they have taken a 2-year break on Assassin's Creed since they began.
did.
A commitment from Ubisoft to say this is important to us. And remember, the Assassin's Creed roots go back to Prince of Persia,
Yeah.
a game series that I adore, but has also had some real dumpster fire
Absolutely.
games. So, and with us, the rumors of it being in Egypt and that screenshot that we saw ages ago that like keeps
He's in a
seeming to
boat.
come back
She's in a
up.
boat.
I'm hyped because there's a version of that game that could be an amazing return to form, and I would like to see that.
Okay. Still.
That's fine.
I'm hyped just because of that 2-year break. Like, it says a lot, especially because I am an Assassin's Creed fan, like a closet fan.
You've been.
I've owned every single Assassin's Creed. I've been disappointed with some. I've been excited for some. Black Flag is still one of my favorites.
Okay.
Like,
Black Flag is
dude,
good.
but using everything that happened in the past, if they, took Black Flag and they're like, we're gonna make this a trilogy and we're gonna have Brotherhood and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, no, you're beating a dead horse.
Yeah.
But I do agree that some of those mechanics could have been built upon.
Right. And then even some of the stuff that like Syndicate had the downward climb, which I thought, thank you. Unity had that too, which was so mobility got better. It felt smoother. They were still working on their stealth mechanics. But here's the thing: take a year off from development, like Call of Duty, let's say, where you pump out an iteration every year, or Madden or whatever. Look at your profit margins. You do that because you make money no matter how good the game is, right? It's easy to pump out a new game and make a profit margin. So when you take a year off from that and you're willing to sacrifice that cash flow to make the game better, to me, that means that you're in it, like you want it. So,
I'm game. I mean, honestly, I'm stoked. I'm hyped just because I feel like they might be able to change it and better it.
Sean is not going to be hyped.
I loved the ship combat in Black Flag.
Yes.
I'm a wipe on this game.
Me too.
I just don't. I'm wiped, but I'm still interested to see where it goes. I'm not saying I'm not going to get it or not going to play it, but as far as E3 goes, shame on me the past couple times, or shame on them, or whatever it is.
Fool me once.
Yeah.
Fool me twice.
Yeah.
So is this like a $30 bin buy for you?
It depends on what other games are coming out.
Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough.
And that is always going to be true because Assassin's Creed Black Flag, as much fun as I had with that game, it came out at the beginning of the PS4, Xbox One life cycle.
Yeah.
It was a launch title.
If that game came out today, I would probably be passing on it too because of everything else that's going on. And that's almost what's happening here, potentially, if that is a Assassin's Creed 4 type game with ship combat and all that stuff. There's too much other stuff for me right now. So I'm a wipe. I am a wipe. Wiping my butt with Assassin's Creed. The last Ubisoft game is a new Splinter Cell.
Oh. Like.
Wipe.
Yeah. Splinter Cell Conviction was not what Splinter Cell was. They
That is
tried
the
to make
most
it
recent
action.
one.
Was it?
No, Blacklist,
Oh yeah.
which was an evolution of, and Wipe. You know why? Wipe, because even if they reinvent it, they fired
Hot
the voice
opinion over
actor. The Sam Fisher isn't even in the game anymore. Have you
Yeah.
tried to play Splinter Cell Blacklist? Or I think it's called Blacklist or whatever. I tried to
Black
play it
Agent.
because I got it for like $5.
Double Agent.
It's Blacklist. No, Double Agent's old.
Well,
It's an old game.
Double Agent was the one I was
Double
thinking of. that had
Agent was the
Agent
last
title.
good
Oh.
Yeah.
Splinter Cell. No, dude, it's okay. You think people were mad about the whole Kiefer Sutherland thing for Metal Gear, understandably, because it's the voice of a generation.
Seriously,
Same
dude.
thing with Sam Fisher, man. What if you play that game and you hear him speak immediately? You're just like, I don't care. This guy sounds stupid. He's obviously trying to impersonate the original voice actor. I couldn't even get into the gameplay, and on top of that, it was an action game, not a Splinter Cell. There was no emergent gameplay. It was not organic. It was all about tag all these dudes and then hit a button and go do this cool animation. I'm like,
The Conviction started that, and by that point I was like, this is not Splinter Cell.
So as much as I could do the same thing I did with Assassin's Creed, I'm like, I'd love to see them get back to making a good stealth action game because good stealth action games are far and few between these days.
They are.
I have no expectations from that division of Ubisoft.
Yeah.
White. And that's just because, like, oh man, like I was a Splinter Cell fan. Like I loved like the first
third
three.
game, man.
Dude, that third game was like on point.
So good.
Splinter
So
Cell,
awesome.
Pandora Tomorrow. I always forget the name of the third one.
Yeah.
It's the one that's set in Asia.
Yes.
It was the new engine.
It looked so cool.
They added in all the night
lighting.
play.
Yes.
And then
Multiplayer too, like Mercs vs. Spies.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they added Mercs vs. Spies, which
Oh,
was crazy
so
good.
good.
Asymmetrical multiplayer for the first time, really. But now it's
Man.
When did the last Splinter Cell come out?
Blacklist came out 2.5, 3
I
years
was
ago.
gonna say, yeah, like 3 years ago.
So it came out
It was right.
2014?
It's right as we were switching over generations. I think
Yeah.
it was the same time as Black
Did it
Flag.
come out on the next
I
gen
don't think so.
console?
I don't think
I don't think so.
I think it's last gen.
I don't think there has been a next
It,
gen.
it might have been.
Splinter
It
Cell.
might have been pre. It was right before
Right
then.
before, yeah.
Right before.
It had a PC version that looked great.
With that in mind, because they have not had a Splinter Cell yet on next gen, assuming Ubisoft isn't businessing this game up,
Yeah.
I'm gonna say hype. But I don't think I've played as many Splinter Cells apparently as the rest of you. I've only played like the first couple levels of one game, but
Splinter Cell's like.
I
it's like
remember it
American
from
Metal
like
Gear for a lot
7
of
years
people.
ago on the
Pretty
Xbox
much.
360 pretty vividly. You start like outside in this
Double
fence
Agent.
area, and then you go into a building, and that's
Double
where it
Agent
stops.
was
But
great.
it was like, whoa, this is kind of cool.
They
And
had
I
the
got
whole
pulled off of it for
the
whatever
terrorist
reason.
agent thing where
Yeah.
you spent time in the terrorist organization.
Yeah.
You had a time limit. You could do certain things, and it could end with you. You end up in that situation where you can either like shoot your boss or like there was some great stuff in that game, and then they tried to reinvent it with Conviction. And it's like, oh.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna say hype.
So 3 wipes and what?
3 wipes and a hype. Oh, and Assassin's Creed, we were split evenly also.
Yeah, that was our first 3-1.
That was our first 3-1.
I did not expect.
Our
Sean
least
to-
hyped game is so far Splinter Cell. Okay, moving on to Bethesda. Only got 2 games for them.
Yeah.
So 2 games for Bethesda. I've got 4 games for the big 3, Microsoft, Sony, Nintendo.
Right.
And then 7 or 8 games that are just miscellaneous third-party stuff that could appear anywhere.
For Bethesda, I need to wipe the ass that was Fallout 4 away. Oh,
Quake Champions.
Wipe.
wipe.
I've been a wipe machine this whole time.
You've got us.
I mean, so we've already seen beta gameplay footage of it, and while I've heard it's fun, it's got problems. Lots of problems.
I've never been to Quake. Like, I've played a bit of it, like, back on the original Xbox where we had, like, I think Quake 2. And then I played a little bit on PC. So, like, I'm aware of, like, the type of gameplay and whatnot, and like, how just fast-paced it all is. But I've just never been a fan of that type of first-person shooter.
I love twitchy shooters. I was really, really good at UT 2004. I still find that I'm better at twitchy shooters. But here's the thing. Unreal Tournament's been doing Quake better than Quake for over a decade now.
So isn't Quake Champions a hero shooter like
Yeah.
Like Overwatch?
Overwatch and Paragon and
I'm kind of tired of this whole...
Lawbreakers?
Oh, we gotta like make it kind of mobile-like. But it's
Yeah.
a first-person shooter.
I mean, it
It's
could
like-
still be good, but I got Overwatch for that.
I just don't like when this whole mashing together of the problem is there's not a clarity of design principle. There's just this let's capitalize on this hype of like having hero abilities and all that. But what Blizzard did so well with it, you know, and what a couple of other examples have done so well is they had a clear vision of extreme balance and dedication to it, not just well we're gonna make it a shooter and it's gonna be fast and we'll like have a dude who can shoot magic powers, and we'll have like a chick with swords. When it gets vague and
It's a design principle, man. Like you mentioned earlier, it's impeccable design. Because you're not talking about just gameplay design, but also character design. All of those, you look at a silhouette of an Overwatch character, you know, oh, that's this person, that's that person.
Right.
And it's organic. All of them, their abilities and everything, very organic. But anyway, way off topic. White Quake Champions.
Quake needs to go back. Quake needs to go back to good single player and multiplayer experiences with what's the alien race, the Strogg or whatever the hell. Did you guys ever play?
I've
Quake
never
3?
played a single Quake game.
Quake 4. Quake 4 came out right after Doom, and it was really, really interesting. Like good first person single player game.
I'm wiping, dude.
Oh, is this gonna be our first 4 wipe? Come on, Sean, give us a 4 wipe.
Well, why are you wiping?
Because I don't care for it.
Yeah, I mean,
The amount I care is like, it might.
You heard it here, folks. Quake Champions. It's like when you have a Chipotle burrito bowl, and then you drink a big coffee. It's gonna take 4 wipes to get rid of that one.
That was gross.
when it got announced at
Chipotle.
last year's E3, right? It was
I think so.
their.
Did it?
Was it last year or the year before? I think it was last year. It was their opening salvo.
Oh,
Quake
yeah,
Champions.
yeah.
And I remember thinking, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Prey came up also in that conversation. I was like,
Yes.
yes, but Quake Champions, I was like, no, forgot
Man,
about it.
Bethesda's press conferences are so, well. They only started doing the E3 press conferences 2 years ago,
Yeah.
right? And they're very weird because you get the Bethesda stuff, you get the Arcane stuff, you get the id stuff, and none of it. It's like, how do these guys all?
So they sent out a invitation to the press, if you will, advertising their E3 press conference, and it was a picture of a theme park. So kind of like the Magic Kingdom here in Orlando, you've got different areas like Frontierland and Futureland or whatever we call it here. Tomorrowland, thank you. How do I? Oh my God, turning in my Orlando card right now.
Seriously.
But there were 2 sections closed off that said coming soon. So like when they're doing renovations and preparing for something new, could one of those 2 things be The Evil Within 2?
Right, that is a Bethesda published game.
Oh, that is. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah.
Shinji Mikami, right?
Yeah. So
Right.
his team is, but they published it.
Yeah, what has he been doing? It's been like 2 years since that game came out.
Could he have been working on The Evil Within 2?
It's quite possible.
And how would you feel about it?
That'd be cool. That's about it. I never played the first
So,
one.
Wait, is this a hype or a
that'd
hype?
be cool. Is that hype cool or
Is this
a
hype or
refreshing
white?
wipe cool?
A baby wipes white.
Oh, baby, a wipe.
That's the secret. Always keep baby wipes.
You're wiping.
No. Evil Within 2 probably would be more hype than white for me, but I just never played the first one.
Yeah, I'm the only person on this table who's played the original.
No, I
No,
don't.
they played
Oh,
it.
okay.
Like,
Did
I
you
mean,
beat it?
Like, he'd say
Well,
praises
we'll
about
get
it.
to me.
Yeah.
Sorry, you're hype wipe?
I'll throw hype.
Crap.
I'll throw hype.
Wipe it away. I would be hype. I was not one of those people who was like, I'm buying it right when it comes out because it's going to be the new Resident Evil. I got it on Steam sale for like $20 8 months later, and I'm a huge horror game fan. I love Resident Evil. We had this discussion in the Hall of Fame thing. Should have been the #1 game on that list.
I agree.
And while it was not Resident Evil 1, it was in many ways very interesting, and it was oppressively stressful, and I love games like that. As an example, I almost reinstalled it last night, but I had forgotten. I was like, man, I'm kind of forgetting like the bosses and the levels, and I went on IGN and started looking at some of their like walkthroughs, and I was like, oh my god, I forgot about that part. I decided not to install it because I was like, you know what? I don't need this stress in my life right now. This is gonna just scare the crap out of me, and I'm just gonna be like, ugh. But I love that, so I would super be hyped for a second one.
I'm not super hyped for it, but I am somewhat hyped for
Oh.
it. Just because of the fact that I do enjoy horror games. I think they're pretty fun. And I've never played the Evil Within one, but like, dude, there's so much like praise around it that it's just like, why don't I buy it? You know?
It's cheap now. Might as well.
Can I borrow it? By the way?
Yeah, you can borrow.
Alright,
It's in storage though. I'm moving, which has been part of why footage and content hasn't been coming out as quickly as we've hoped.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all good.
I'll let you
That's
borrow
all
it,
good.
yeah.
Alright, yeah, man. I should totally borrow it because, like, you've seen high praises about it. You've seen high praises about it, and you're not that big of a horror fan, right?
Well, let me tell you how hyped I am for this
Okay,
game.
hype,
Oh.
move on.
How hyped he is. He's hyped.
Really?
Let's go.
I am not hyped at all.
That's terrible.
Wow.
This is a wipe for me. I played maybe the first level of The Evil Within 2, and I never picked it back
Why?
up.
Evil Within.
Why?
Evil Within 1 or 2?
Why?
I meant to say
Why?
Evil Within, sorry.
Why though?
Well, part of it was because I had a 1-year-old at the time, and I didn't want to be playing a chainsaw type
Yeah, it's pretty
horror
grisly.
game in front of her.
She's old enough.
I
I think you're just a baby and couldn't handle it.
It wasn't fun.
Those are
It
fights.
wasn't fun.
I wasn't having fun. I saw that it could be fun, but I also didn't finish Resident Evil 4. I think I got
Wait. You didn't finish Resident Evil 4?
I got to the part with little mini Napoleon and I stopped.
What?
Yeah, so
what?
Sean doesn't understand what makes good survival horror.
This is how makes good games, period. You never beat one of the greatest of all time.
And I would
I think
never
Resident
put
Evil-
Evil Within in this
One,
order.
but it'd be four.
Four is like...
4's the one. 4's the one. Like, it is the game.
Do you
I would
know
never put Evil
how
Within in
it
that
shapes-
conversation, but...
Dude, the third-person shooters, Resident Evil 4, set the, like, pretense for design.
War.
Like, Gears of War, Uncharted,
I
like,
understand.
how many other...
Now, Resident
Last
Evil
of
4,
Us.
hang on. The reason I turned off Resident Evil 4 was not because I wasn't having fun.
Okay.
It was because of the
Napoleon?
stupid mechanic where you have to, come on, Ashley, follow me. And she kept getting, like, stuck or attacked. And I'm like, I don't want to deal with this dumb mechanic right now.
Which version did you play?
So I that's where I stopped. On
Probably
GameCube.
GameCube. But even then, no.
I never ran into that issue.
Oh, I did.
Like, she would get stuck and stuff? Is that what you said?
I don't know.
No,
It's been so
I
long.
think
I
he's
was
just like...
It was like 10 years
He's
ago.
just disliking escorty kind of...
Yeah.
I didn't like the escort piece of it because she could get caught. And then you had to start over.
You must have
Good
loved
about
The Last
being-
Guardian.
Yeah.
I hated the last.
Yeah,
one.
exactly. My point stands.
Did you really hate it?
hate The Last Guardian?
I think I internally gave it like a 7 out of 10, but it was.
Hey, those
Moving on, 'cause I'm gonna
those
get a lot of hate
yeah,
now.
Those
Yeah.
kinds of mechanics are not for everybody, but...
So Evil Within 2, 3 hypes and a wipe.
Yeah.
All right.
You haven't even finished it. Shut up. But
It's okay. But Trico's adorable.
we haven't. Okay, we'll go on.
Oh yeah, let's move
Last
on. Let's
Guardian.
move on. Let's move
Yeah,
on.
we'll talk about that last week.
But
9
hours.
All right, now we're moving on to Microsoft.
Okay.
Oh god.
Halo 5. No.
How many of us have Xbox Ones?
I have access to one.
Okay. How many of us have PCs that could play games?
Oh,
Okay,
sorry.
all right. I just want to clear that up.
Monster
Just
PC.
want to clear that up.
Semi-monster PC.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
So we've got 4 games to go through with
Oh
Microsoft.
God.
Let's start things off with Crackdown 3.
Crackdown was so good.
Crackdown was.
I'm
phenomenal.
hype. First hype, I think.
That's your
second.
third hype.
Oh,
Just
third.
kidding. Yeah. Crackdown 1 was such a good open world game.
Yeah, it was.
The fact,
Did you play 2?
no.
Yeah,
I
see,
heard it wasn't as good.
I didn't play 2 either. But man,
2 was
I
okay.
remember that you... What came with it? There was something that came
Halo
with
3
Crackdown 1. Halo 3 Beta came with Crackdown 1. I was like,
Hell
this game was
yeah.
kind of interesting. I want to play the Halo 3 Beta. And then I played Crackdown
Yeah.
for hours. I was
so
like
good.
leaping 500 feet in the air and shooting
Oh,
rockets into like the
so
top
much
buildings.
fun.
Building,
That game was awesome.
Running faster than cars was just such like, because you're used to using cars as your main form of transportation. This
Yeah.
game's like, no, just run, just jump over everything.
It was
was-
Saints Row 4 before Saints Row.
Yeah.
went
It was
back.
like prototype before prototype. It was a
Yeah.
lot of games that copied it, and it gets no praise.
Yeah.
For sure.
Hype,
Yeah.
2 hypes.
Dang, Microsoft coming out with.
I don't care for it.
Whoa.
You never played it.
No, I never played any of them, and it never interested me because like around that
it's
time,
real hard.
what else came out around that time?
I mean, literally, Halo 3 was right
Yeah.
around the corner.
Honestly,
Yeah.
it sold copies because of the Halo 3
Was,
beta.
well, was Crackdown? Okay,
Is that
so
first party by the way, guys?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
That's first party.
so Halo 3 was
It was
November
2007.
2007. Was Crackdown 2007?
No, it was
that
2006.
Was it 06?
2006.
It
Was it
was
the same year as Gears of War?
2006.
I really thought it was early 07.
I'm
Because the
very
beta was
certain it was
really,
2006.
You gotta look this up.
Yeah.
I think it
I'll
was.
do a quick search.
I think it was
Yeah,
fall.
you do a quick search, but so you're just straight white.
I'm straight white because I don't care for it. Same thing with Quake
Here,
Champions.
let me search and you give us your hype white.
Because like for me, you know, it never interested me. I think at the time I was into GTA 3, 4.
In 07, you would not have been into GTA 3 unless you were playing a 6-year-old game.
Also,
no,
GTA 4.
four wasn't out yet.
no, you like I.
GTA 4
Oh
came out
no,
in
it was
06.
February 2007.
Yeah.
That was
Wow.
4.
Yeah,
I think.
GTA 4 came out in 06, or early 07 as well, I'm sorry. And that was like,
Oh wow.
So
So
I,
good.
Crackdown is it's within 5 days of the 10-year anniversary of my wife and I started dating.
oh,
That's so cute.
That's so sweet.
You have to get
Ultra
Crackdown
high.
3.
Sweetheart, I love you.
this is for you, baby.
That's gonna be your anniversary gift to her. Is
buy me
Crackdown 3 and
Crackdown
Xbox
3 when it
One.
comes out. My wife likes video
So
games. So.
you asked Rodolfo what came out around that time, or I think you did. It was coming up in conversation.
But I didn't even have an Xbox,
Two-
guys. Like I
2000
didn't care for Microsoft.
But
I still don't care
2007
for
was the
Microsoft.
year of Uncharted, Uncharted series. Your fist bump.
Oh.
The Uncharted series started in 2007. The BioShock started in 2007. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4, Halo 3, Assassin's Creed.
Well,
I don't know if I said Mass Effect.
We're gonna
Mario Galaxy.
Super Mario Galaxy. Thank you.
we're gonna do our 2007 versus
so
2017
many-
conversation.
All of the, for the most part, the generation-defining franchises started that year,
Yeah.
and still are a major draw on what we have today. So
You gonna give us
that's
your hype,
why.
Mike?
Oh hell yeah, it's a hype.
Okay.
I'm you know, yes.
And
Yes.
with
Hype,
the
hype, hype,
whole
hype.
idea of like
I
demolishing
totally
buildings and
understand.
stuff, like this massive destruction of the promise too, like that could be really, really good.
I'm very worried that they're gonna screw it up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because when they announced it, it was this whole cloud computing,
Yeah.
remote sort of thing, and it was going to be part of that whole.
Who's developing it?
It's still Microsoft.
It's
Isn't
the same. I think it's the same company. No,
Yeah.
it's not. I don't remember.
Because wasn't Rockstar associated with the first one?
it? No, I don't think so. Rockstar.
No.
Like
No,
GTA
Rockstar.
I thought there were some previous Rockstar developers though that were on that
Oh.
team or something. Anyway.
Let's move on because we got 3 more games from Microsoft. Sea of Thieves,
Oh.
which is their swashbuckling pirate game.
Pirate.
Hype, because it's rare. And I really, really love Rare what they've done before, even though it's not the same Rare. But overall, hype because it has the potential to be an awesome game.
Why? Just because I'd be hyping it purely based off of like watching 2 minutes of footage and the idea of a pirate thing. I gotta say, Johnny Depp's kind of ruining pirates for me lately, so I'll say wipe.
Yeah, white. Like, no. I want it to be good, but that's not gonna make me, get it on PC.
I was gonna say, yeah.
No. Not thank you.
I find it interesting that you both said wipe for the pirate game, yet you're both hyped for the potential pirate Assassin's Creed game.
Yeah.
Well, I don't even
That's
know, but I don't
because-
even want it to be a pirate game. Oh, I was telling you, I'm hyped about Prince of Persia elements in that. Now, if they add ship combat in, great, because I think the ship combat part was great. But it's not that it was a pirate game that made that good.
Black Flag was, in my opinion,
True.
the best game
More
because
ship combat because
Right,
you
yeah.
don't have pirates in ancient Egypt.
Pirates can be
Not
really
those kind of
cool,
pirates.
but they can also be the lamest thing in the world. And I don't think that as a trope should be, I don't know. I'm not going to hype based off of the trope. You would hype based off of it being this open world, like multiplayer, but every game is that now. Free multiplayer interaction, like cool RP elements, but it's just...
I'm wiping this game too. I think it will probably be fun. I think it's going to be one of their tentpole games.
Yeah.
But from what they've shown so far, I don't care.
Okay.
Yeah.
Forza Motorsport 7.
No.
Wipe.
Can we just easy wipe this one?
Yeah.
I've never played a Forza. If I was gonna play a Forza, I'd play Forza Horizons because I hear it's
Yeah, I
way
heard
more
that's good
interesting.
too, yeah.
So, and I also would have to own an Xbox. Actually, they have it on PC now, don't they?
Yeah.
Wow. For the 3 games of Microsoft we've talked so far, only 4 hype votes. All the rest have been wiped.
Can I throw in an easy one?
Just to talk about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Scalebound got killed.
Yeah.
But Scalebound
they
was
murdered
canceled.
it.
They canceled it.
last year, not late last year.
They were in development hell with that game.
Yeah, Platinum. I love them. I love Platinum games.
Yeah.
But they recently re-registered a trademark for Scalebound. So people are like, "Ooh, are they gonna new team, new stuff?" So what do? Is that hype away? For me, hype.
Say hype. I never saw anything from it that didn't look interesting. It had those monster. You and I are on the same page, though. Monster
Monster Hunter,
elements.
man.
Except it looked like
Garbage?
No, it didn't.
it
No,
looked like
it's
something
not.
that a 12-year-old thought was going to be really cool, and
Yes.
that was what
But
was
that kind of is though.
Yeah.
Look at Bayonetta. Like that is.
Yeah, but Bayonetta's mature as hell. Like,
Yeah.
Is it?
It's like it's what you're. Okay, it's immature but mature. You know what I mean.
It's mature like the edgy like.
It's not what a 12-year-old thinks it's cool. It's what a 14-year-old realizes is cool when he thought it was cool when he was 12. When he has a couple of curlies growing and anyway, I don't want to get too crazy here. We're talking about Bayonetta. She wears her hair as a bodysuit.
Yes. That's why. Whatever. It did not look stupid. Shut up. Scalebound.
That'd be cool.
I'm hyped just because Platinum.
Yeah, I love
Dude, Platinum. Oh god, all their games are so good. They're so much fun.
Like their only bad games have been licensed games.
Yep.
Turtles or like Korra.
Yeah.
That's a good pedigree to have. There you go.
Or was like the new Turtles?
Like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
The newest one? I heard that was okay though. I heard it was just not like it was trying to be one of those 80s retro Transformers games they just did that were.
Well, I'm not interested in Failbound, so we're not going to go there.
Failbound.
But so the last official game we have on this list, I had Halo 6 here, but I crossed it off because Bungie said we're not bringing Halo 6 to the show. They are showing something, but they said they're not showing Halo 6. That doesn't mean they're not going to walk in and blow everybody away with some Halo 6.
Yeah.
They're not gonna blow anybody away. Halo
Well,
sucks.
attempt to, yeah, I would agree. So I don't have Halo 6 here, so I scratched it out and I wrote in a new Banjo-Kazooie game.
Like
Ooh, okay.
ukulele.
Oh, but this is a different developer.
Doesn't matter.
I heard a lot of people liked ukulele despite all of its problems because it's basically just banjo.
We called ukulele, by the way.
I know.
We called it.
I was actually the one who was more interested.
Yeah.
Funny enough. Yeah, new Banjo-Kazooie. Here's the problem: is how's it gonna reinvent itself? What makes Mario good is that Mario's constantly reinventing itself, and Banjo, I don't see the room. So,
Banjo perfected what Mario 64 did.
yeah, but then it has nowhere to go.
Yeah.
I would say wipe.
They tried nuts and bolts in that thing.
Yeah, there's a reason that I don't think a new Crash Bandicoot has come out in years because I think Naughty Dog is incredibly intelligent and realizes we either have to just take this IP and completely rebuild it and risk people hating it, or not do one because nobody wants to play, Crash Bandicoot, the same thing that we've already played, which is why there's yeah, but that's different because everyone loves those games and they're like, oh, I love to play it in HD, low risk, high reward.
Also, don't forget Naughty Dog. They don't. Once they're done with the franchise, they're done.
Well,
They never really go back.
Last of Us was supposed to be Jak and Daxter.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah, the original concept was Jak and Daxter, and then they got like a quarter of the way into concept, and they were like, "This isn't a Jak and Daxter game. We have all these cool." They were gonna make it more gritty, and it had a more realistic art style. And the credit to Naughty Dog, they were like, "No, we think this is awesome. Scrap it being Jak and Daxter and make it into something better." And we got probably the best game of the PS3 franchise or generation, in my opinion. So they're not like abandoning old franchises, but they're smart.
Yeah.
Banjo, no.
I agree with you on The Last of Us, by the way. Tenfold. Oh, such a great game. But for Banjo or whatever, yeah,
White.
I don't care for it. I don't. If they did that today and they're like, oh, we need blah blah blah, I'd be like, that's great. Good job. Move on.
I'm kind of disappointed in you guys, not because you're wrong. Banjo-Kazooie's a wipe, but we just wiped 2 games for Microsoft completely, with a third only getting 1 hype. So
Microsoft's better.
Microsoft is having issues.
that's kind of why I mentioned up front. How many of us have Xboxes?
Yeah.
Because I kind of suspected that's the.
360 is a great console, but PS3 finished strong and PS4 is better.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to Sony.
Yeah.
Now there were a lot of games I could pick from for Sony. I only picked 4. 2 of them announced, 2 of them unannounced. God of War is not one of those games.
Okay, good.
For the record, hype.
Because I figured it would be kind of easy.
I'm wiping on that one.
Well, it's not one of the best games. Okay. I wanted to do some that might. Well, I guess that would have been interesting, but Days Gone.
Wipe.
Oh, sorry.
When the Days Gone trailer came on, I was like, wait, is this Last of Us 2?
Oh, I thought you were gonna go with a pun.
No.
They were gonna say when the days.
No.
When the
I don't pun. Wow, it's real close to 50-50 for me, but I don't actually care, so wipe. I think it could end up being really cool, but it also seems like it's just trying to play off the success of The Last of Us and World War Z and Walking Dead. And frankly, zombies are getting a little old right now.
They didn't do a good job selling it or differentiating it. Yes, there's the whoa! Look at how many zombies are on screen.
Yeah, but look at what that did for Brad Pitt. Like, it was like,
Yeah,
oh, cool,
Overseas.
Are they coming out with a sequel?
It is. I mean, it sold well. It did well.
Well,
but-
it's a book series. So.
I honestly thought of Kingdom Hearts 3 in that first reveal where they show Sora
Oh,
and just that whole
the
stream of
crazy
Heartless.
stream
I'm
of
like, oh my
Heartless.
gosh, look at how many Heartless are on screen. But that's not going to be a big deal.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, it's just epic for epic's sake, but it's
Yeah.
like there was nothing else intriguing. That
Kingdom Hearts
gameplay
2
demo was
had
all
1,000
flash.
Heartless
Yeah,
Valley
Valve was
anyways,
cool.
which was really technically cool. Yeah.
Yeah,
Days Gone's a wipe.
you gotta show me more.
It's going to be there. It's going to be there big
Absolutely.
time at
Absolutely.
Oh,
E3.
they're gonna show full gameplay.
They
reveal, probably.
need to do something to
Yeah,
differentiate.
they're gonna do like full
Like
on. It
details.
won't just be like, oh, here's a video of the
Yeah.
Because
gameplay.
now it is competing with The Last of Us 2, in a sense.
Right.
There are going to be different types of zombie games. I know The Last of Us 2 is not technically, but they're similar enough that it's like, what? Why do we need this? By the way, this is Sony Bend, and I think the last game they did, I could be wrong, but I know they worked on that Uncharted Golden Abyss game for the Vita.
That was great.
That was the best stuff.
Hey, Sony's not always.
So I don't know.
Little title. Did anyone play The Order?
Oh, that game was.
'Cause wasn't-
For a $20 game, I enjoyed it.
Right, but
I
it was
paid
really
$8
bad.
for it.
No.
and I
It was
enjoyed
the most
For
beautiful.
$8?
It was the most
Awesome.
beautiful
No.
shit game you'll ever play.
I know.
It could have been amazing, but
could
was
have been.
so stuck on rails that it
Couldn't
couldn't
be
be good.
good.
And wasn't that the God of War guys?
No.
No, that was Remedy.
Well, no.
No.
They did
No,
the
it was somebody
Vita
with
God
R.
of War, didn't they?
Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, they did the Vita God of
Anyway.
War, and that's.
But proof,
Right.
proof that you
Right.
can
That
make
was their
something
first
that's
console.
really pretty and it looks really interesting, but who the hell knows?
Not Retro Studios. I'm pretty sure it began with an R. Now I have to
Yeah,
look this
yeah.
up.
I can't remember.
No, but I'm pretty sure that they did the God of War
They did.
game on the Vita, and like that, they said that kind of prepped them up for their console release.
Which they did. The game looked technically.
Ready at Dawn.
Ready at Dawn.
Ready at Dawn.
Really?
Yeah.
And Santa Monica.
I
Yeah,
think it was Santa
Santa
Monica.
Monica.
but
Santa
Ready at
Monica.
Dawn was the developer.
Okay.
What was
Yeah.
it they'd done?
What else had they had
Yeah,
done?
Ready at
On
Dawn.
console or?
Yeah, I'm sure the PS4, right?
They did God of War Ghost of Sparta
There
on
you
the
go.
PSP.
Yeah.
Oh, it was
God of
PSP.
War Chains
yeah,
of Olympus
same.
on the PSP.
Yeah. That's not.
Second tier developer. Unfortunate because that game looked hype and
Beautiful, man.
it was gorgeous
Beautiful.
and the
So-
characters actually seemed pretty interesting and the story had a cool concept, but as a gameplay experience, it was just like.
So we wiped out Days Gone completely.
Yep.
How many of us have PS4s?
Oh yeah.
Okay, just want to.
I've bought 2. I sold my
you go.
original to get an Arkham edition.
We're not
I
going
know you were
there.
that much of a
We're not.
Batman fan.
Oh my.
We're not talking any DC at this table, but we are going to talk some Marvel.
Oh, we
So,
are.
how
We
about-
are later.
How about some Spider-Man?
Dude, I'm so.
Insomniac Spider-Man
What's he gonna say?
revealed at E3 last year.
Hype. I've always loved Insomniac, and I was really upset that Sunset Overdrive wasn't exclusive because
The only reason I wanted an Xbox One.
not
Only
many
reason.
people gave it a chance, and they thought, oh, this is going to be lame and terrible. But from what I heard, it's a great game.
It looked great.
So if they apply because that game had a lot of like mobility, like you can move in so many unique different ways. So if they apply that to Spider-Man, it could really be a good game. So yeah,
It's also got the right sense of humor for it.
Yeah.
Like all the different respawn animations and all. It's
yeah.
super, super, super hype. Spider-Man is the one Marvel character that I love. I
Spider-Man's
read
cool.
Spider-Man comics
Yeah.
growing up. I had all DC comics except for Spider-Man. I love those comics. Spider-Man 1 and 2 as movies I still think are classics, even though they're corny as
I love
hell.
the second one.
There's some good stuff in there. He's got great villains, and there's some great Spider-Man games. The Spider-Man 2 video game was great. The PlayStation 1 Spider-Man game with Venom and like the Doc Ock Carnage combination at the end was great. The Sega Genesis,
yeah.
Carnage,
Carnage?
Maximum Carnage
Oh,
game is one of
man,
the
I
best
love that.
games ever made.
Yeah.
I even liked Web of Shadow. I don't know if you guys played Web of
I
Shadow.
did not.
Mechanically, really, really good game. Like, I really enjoyed the web slinging and the feeling of Spider-Man.
So you liked all the Spider-Man games?
Not all. There's some
Most of the
really,
Spider-Man
there's some
games.
really
There's some
bad
hiccups in
Spider-Man
there,
games.
absolutely.
Most of the movie Spider-Man games
Spider-Man
outside of 2 were bad.
Yeah.
The
Spider-Man
Amazing
2 is
Spider-Man
terrible.
games were bad. There was an Ultimate Spider-Man game that was pretty bad.
So
But hype.
Really?
Hype.
You said the word hype.
Dude, hype for
Fire.
sure.
Hype.
Like ridiculously hype.
He's a
Like
fan.
I'm a like Okay, for the record, I don't give a crap about MCU, but Spider-Man is one of my favorite characters.
Yeah,
like,
that
dude,
is
for
awesome.
real, freaking Carnage, like all that. Like, and I agree
Very
about
unique.
Spider-Man 2 was the best of the movies,
Yeah.
as well as the games.
Yes.
But
Wrestling.
dude, and Insomniac, like their track record.
It's really good.
They've already the costume he wears in the little trailer we got is better than any of the Spider-Man costumes that have developed in any of the movies in like a decade.
Yeah,
like
it's
he
good.
looks cooler.
It's just more modern.
Yeah,
and
it feels good.
like I'm really
I hope we get
hoping that
I
like
hope we
the
get a full
gameplay.
gameplay trailer.
I'm
Oh
sure.
yes.
I'm
Oh
sure
man,
they
dude,
have
that would
to.
be awesome.
They have to.
Yeah, they owe it. They owe us.
So hype.
Hype.
So
He's a wipe.
There's no way
He's a wipe.
I'm obviously the biggest fan of the MCU at this table. I'm not excited for this game.
Boom. What I
Such
tell
a
you.
hipster. He's such a hipster.
Actually, I'm totally trolling. No, I'm very hyped for this game.
What a
Sorry,
teabag.
clearly I am hyped for this game.
Yeah.
This
What a-
game's gonna be great. One of the
Hyped.
greats.
Who
Game of
who's
the year.
If you had a main antagonist in this game, who would it?
I
would
want
it be?
Venom. I love
I'd actually be down with Venom, and I could see them doing it because Sony's doing the
movie.
Venom movie.
Yeah.
So
Tom Hardy horror.
Yes.
Oh,
Oh,
please,
dude.
please don't
They-
fuck up, Sony.
I think
please.
the game is going to try to do things that they won't or can't do in the MCU, so they're going to go over here and do some other stuff,
Right.
and so they're probably going to concentrate on.
Yeah, that's true. They
those
wouldn't
things.
do a Vulture tie-in when they have
Mm-mm.
Vultures, thankfully, finally in a movie.
There will
Yeah.
probably be some sort of reference there, just because of people who watch the movie. They're going to want to see
Right.
Vulture in the game, but I
Well,
don't think that'll be the focus.
Is it MCU though?
I don't think it's going to be.
No, it's
the
not
game. I think the
associated.
game's going to be standalone, but
Standalone.
they're probably going to.
Well, comic
Do
book
some
games,
sort of reference.
though, like I describe them, and Arkham is like this, is comic book porn. They try to throw as many references as they can. They want as many characters in there as they can. You fight so many bad guys. Spider-Man's always done it. Batman's like every comic book game wants to do that. They want to bring in the whole pantheon. So, like, you know, you'll get Scorpion and you'll get Rhino and you'll get
Yeah.
like Kingpin. You'll get all these awesome like characters probably.
Yeah.
Okay. So hype.
Hype's all the way around. So we completely wiped Days Gone. We're completely hyped for Spider-Man. We're about halfway through this list. So now let's talk about a couple games that have not been announced for Sony. I had PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale 2 listed, but I knew that was going to be the
Right.
reaction, so I crossed it out. And I put something else. I was reading NeoGAF, and I saw somebody say this could be a game that comes, and I thought, wow, that's actually a really good idea. I could see that happening. Now that Crash remakes have been a thing, Spyro the Dragon remakes.
I'll keep it short. I loved those games as you know when I was younger, in the PS1 era. So hype. Yeah, absolutely.
I could go hype. I'd be interested to. That would be one of those ones that could still work pretty well, I think.
Like I want to get Crash remastered pretty much for my kids. I want them to play the games that I did. So it's kind of like it's just such a good reason, and they had to play it too.
Spyro could be the same gameplay and just be gorgeous, and I play it.
Just like Crash. Crash is pretty much doing that. Yeah.
Yep. Hype. Dude, Spyro 1 through 3, like
Yes. I know.
amazing.
Flying,
Oh,
like,
dude.
yeah.
There's
so
Spyro
much
and oh my god, was
Croc.
it Knights?
Oh, Medieval?
No, what was that with
What?
the?
Medieval.
Oh,
That
Knights
was a
into Dreams.
Sega game.
Nights into Dreams?
Was it with the?
Nights
where
into
you
Dreams?
flew- Yeah.
Nights into Dreams?
Yeah, I associate
I'm
that with
sorry, can I
Spyro.
change my Dream E3 announcement? Nights referee, please. Thank you. I freaking love
That
Nights.
was a great series.
But anyway,
but we
that
didn't
was
get your, what's
that was
your
on
hype?
Sega, right?
That was the same.
Yeah, I was a Sega
That
kid.
Exclusive.
I was a Sega
developed
kid.
game.
so-
Yeah.
Yeah, now that I'm thinking about Sonic Team, can I change Rotor Hash to Phantasy Star Online 3?
Wait, that's happening, isn't it?
No.
No.
They did Phantasy Star Online 2,
Oh yeah, that's right.
and it
Yeah.
didn't come to the West.
That's right.
Anyway, I also would be hyped for Spyro the Dragon. That was one of the few PS1 classics I rebought, even though I had already owned it.
Yeah. Really good game.
Wait, I'm
Well,
sorry.
yeah.
I'm sorry. Totally. Aren't we getting a Phantasy Star Online for Switch? I swear there was something.
Not
I
that
don't
I
think
know
so.
of.
If it had been announced, we
No, I would be
Yeah.
over the moon.
That's one of those games I never really played a lot of. So anyway, you said hype.
Wow, so 4 hypes.
Yeah.
Okay,
Spyro.
Bloodborne 2.
Hype. What? We don't even need to discuss this. Hype.
Hypest game on this list, but it'll
Hype.
never happen.
Bloodborne is the best Souls game.
Bloodborne
Hype.
is maybe the best game I've ever played.
I wouldn't say that, but hype. It's something.
Hype for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely. I mean, but I agree. I don't think that's gonna happen.
No.
I don't think it's
hell no.
ever going to
Bloodborne
happen.
is
I
too
wouldn't
good.
say that,
It
or-
stands on its own.
Well, then again,
Dude,
Sony let
no.
Demon's Soul die, or
Demon's
Demon's
Souls.
Souls. God.
There's a lot of S's in there, but no, dude, like
Bloodborne was wrapped up
Blood-
with a bow. I don't think it'll ever come back. Or
Like-
if it does, it's going to be a ways off. Miyazaki's going to be doing something
He needs to take
very different, and he wants to do something very different.
They were rumored to be working on 3 different games. One of them a PS4 exclusive.
Yeah.
Which is why Bloodborne 2 is still being
Okay,
rumored.
so here's the
Yeah,
thing.
PS4.
They could whore out the franchise and not have him associated, which would kill me because we'll
Yeah.
get Dark Souls 2 all over again. It's a
Exactly.
bad game. He is brilliant, and you know what's hilarious is he just lucked into it. He was like a junior developer on Demon's Souls, and halfway through the project, they were like, "This is a dumpster fire. This is terrible." And the director left, and they were like, "What are we gonna do?" And he stepped up and was like, "I got this." And we get one of the greatest game franchises ever made. But
Yeah.
now, you know, as everyone does,
He wants to
to
do
try
other
his hand
stuff.
at something else.
Yeah.
So.
That doesn't mean he can't be a executive producer or creative consultant for a sequel while he goes and concentrates
Yeah, I
on
just, like,
Armored Core,
I don't want that
Kingsfield,
fan
or
servicey
something like
Dark
that.
Souls 2 thing where like a white guy comes in and goes, "Oh, this is what I think a good Dark Souls game would be like." Meanwhile, the real Dark Souls sequel is being made as Bloodborne, and Dark Souls 2 comes out, and you go, "Well, this was." And even Dark Souls 3, like, it's good, but it lacks a lot of the epic nature of the original Dark Souls story. So why touch what is already good?
you guys all finished Dark Souls 2, right?
2?
No.
2?
Did not finish
Yeah.
2.
I've watched it,
I
played all
didn't
the way
finish
through.
it.
I barely
haven't
touched
finished
it.
Like, I played 120, 130 hours with Dark Souls 1.
boring.
And, like, then I went to Dark Souls 2, and I was just like,
Boring.
WTF? What is this?
Yeah.
Like, that first walk up, and you see the race coming in, and you're just like, oh, this is epic. And then, like,
And it, yeah.
5 hours in, I'm just like, this
It lost a lot of
the quality, dude. Like, I mean, and especially the design. I mean,
the
of
world
the
design
enemy
was
place.
abysmal.
Flavor. It lacked flavor.
Yeah, yeah. But
Yeah,
Bloodborne 2.
we're too hyped.
Bloodborne 2 not happening.
So we just hyped
Agreed.
fully 3 games in a row. Let's see if we can continue that streak. We're moving on to Nintendo.
I like how he organized this to be all Japanese in one big chunk
Yeah.
because he knew.
And this is Nintendo.
But I'm the least
These-
Nintendo guy here.
These are all going to be Switch
I
games.
know, I
We're moving on from the
have
3DS.
the Wii U.
I bought it and sold it back after a year.
I never owned it.
Well, I guess.
I skipped that generation.
What'd you
entirely.
say? I don't know if I heard you.
No. I never owned
Oh, you
the,
never owned. Okay.
the Wii U. I skipped that generation because the Wii left such a bad taste in my mouth, man. I was not a big fan of the motion controls at all. But that's just my opinion.
Of course.
But
You're
the,
entitled.
the Switch is like,
You weren't supposed to stick Wii motion controllers in your mouth. So.
Inappropriate humor. Inappropriate humor. Okay, moving on. So Nintendo. Mario Odyssey.
oh,
Yeah,
come
no.
on.
Do we even need to talk about
Oh,
it?
get out of here. Hype.
I do want
I-
to mention
I-
just one really quick thing about it. Again, going off of what I said about Metroid Prime earlier. If the developers put the ideas and development principles of Zelda into Odyssey, that could really be like. giving
But
to
it looks like they are, based on like what they've shown.
They haven't shown much. It looks like
Yeah.
64 like HD.
I think we need to stop relying on these Breath of the Wild comparisons. I think Mario can be brilliant in its own way
Yeah, it
and have
doesn't
very
need
little in
Breath of the
common.
Oh, but I don't mean like
He
literally
means,
like
like, the
Breath of the Wild. I mean like the
principles.
idea of like how can
No.
we really change
Well-
this formula by applying like open air, for example, Breath of the Wild, really make this
Yeah,
game
and they're
better.
for sure doing
So-
that. You can see, but it definitely looks like they're going to be using the platform to travel to different worlds, and then
Yeah,
having
yeah.
bigger worlds to explore,
Yeah.
and maybe having like some side questy stuff.
Yeah.
It looks great. It looks polished. It looks beautiful. When I first saw that trailer in the New York bits with the real people, I was like, oh. But then once it started to get into the actual Mario world, I was like, oh. And then the little hat flips. I was like, you
Or
got
really
me.
with that,
I
too.
am a little concerned because like the forest one looked a little weird. Like it, I think they purposefully hid what was going on in that
Yeah.
level because it was hard to determine what am I actually doing. There's just a bunch of trees. Like what?
I think they're trying
What am
not
I?
to show.
What's my playground actually
Yeah.
look like?
I think
here?
they want a lot of like those areas to be the first time you walk in. You know,
Yeah.
they don't. The one they really showed off that you could tell was like there was the desert
Yeah.
with all the sugar skull kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
like
yeah.
like the
You're
Giga
riding the
one,
lion,
like
the pyramids, and they showed like all the platforms,
Yeah.
and there were like icicles sticking.
that was
out.
like
Yeah.
they
Very,
were
very
like
cool.
they didn't
Yeah.
want to go too nuts showing us everything because they want
And that was a reveal too. Like they did something with 3D World. 3D World, which I know I may be the only one that liked it in this team. I love
He loves the Katsu.
I like 3D World.
Like when they first revealed that game, it was like even myself, I was like, this doesn't look that good. That's kind of disappointing.
Yeah, they play those ones close to the chest.
But their E3 trailer though really like showed a lot more, and that's when I thought, oh my god, this game. And then when I finally played it, I was like, yeah, this game, holy moly. Yeah.
How many of us have Nintendo Switches, by the way? Okay. Mario's full hype. Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
Hype. I enjoyed the first one. I enjoyed Chronicles X. Hype.
Why? Not because I don't think it's good. I never played really any of them, so I have no attachment.
They're good.
I hear.
Good music too. Sorry.
The music in that trailer, when at the very end, when he's just standing there on the hill looking up at something in the background, and this massive dragon flies by, just the that had what's his name from the Miyazaki films, Joe Hisashi sword.
Yeah.
Oh, ooh, ooh.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I wish there was like a middle ground, but I would definitely have to go more with white, just because again, I'm not attached to the franchise. I didn't play the first one or X, but it is definitely
standalone though. So
well, what I'm saying is that like I'm definitely keeping an eye out for it because there is such a legacy and there is like a lot of hype within the Nintendo community. So I'm definitely keeping my eye out on it.
Absolutely. Okay.
I'll back you up. I'm hype.
Okay.
I haven't played any of those games,
Yeah.
but I remember when Xenoblade Chronicles X came out
The
on the
Wii
Wii
one?
U.
Yeah.
It was a big deal.
Heck
And
yeah.
I remember it was like considered part of the Game of the Year conversation. I remember looking at it saying, man, if I bought a Wii U, I would totally get that game.
Massive game.
So I am excited because that's just, oh man, having an RPG like that,
Yes.
totally want that. Speaking of RPGs like that, that may or may not have just been announced recently, I have it listed as Monster Hunter Switch.
Yeah, it'll probably be called like
Double Cross.
No, they call it
Generation
Generation.
G or
It'll be
something.
Generations 2 or something like
Generation
that.
Cross,
Or
maybe.
Generations U.
So Double Cross was just announced for Japan on the Switch yesterday.
Already out on 3DS there, and we always get like a 6 to 8 month delay on Monster Hunter, but we had no 3DS announcement in the US. So this
It makes sense. Yeah. Super mega hyper hype. Like the best of the best. Like nothing right now. I need this game. I need it in my blood. I need it IV right now. Yes.
Bloodborne levels of hype.
Yeah.
Because this one's actually happening, and
Yes.
I might hit 4-digit hours in that game. No joke.
4 digits?
Well, maybe if the save transfer is actually from X to double X, and you don't have to do normal rank, high rank, maybe not. But man,
They usually stop around 200 hours.
oh, I
All
easily
the
tag out at like
200
400 to 500. Like it gets crazy.
I'd probably get to like 990 and then call it quits.
Get out of here.
But yeah, it's
You already
hype.
know. Yeah, we're hyped.
Me and Matt are hype.
So the two Monster Hunter fans are hype. The two
I'm
folks
hyped.
that aren't Monster Hunter
I'm hyped.
fans, hype.
I'm hyped, and I got Monster Hunter 4, and I went on a European excursion, and that was like my only thing. But I didn't have anybody to play with,
Yeah.
and like I feel like that's one of those things where you have to have people to play with. It's just not as interesting. So
Little guide you.
Thank you. Well,
It's gonna be awesome.
You're gonna want to play by yourself.
I have
Like, wanna play by
I have a
myself,
Discord channel at home dedicated to just my Monster Hunter friends that we call the Hunting Buddies Club, and it's just we just and every time a new Monster Hunter comes out, it's like here we know that it's a couple months of when I wasn't working full time was actually I lost my job right around or no I was unemployed because Monster Hunter X came out.
Generations.
Yeah, Generations came out in June or July of last year, which is right about when I got my job at Lockheed, but I didn't get a starting date for months. So for 2 or 3 months, I just 8 hours a day, 3DS on the couch, 3DS in Discord with my friends on the couch.
Is there a like clan mechanic in Monster Hunter games?
No, not really. There's a guild hall. It's really
Can you
easy
make a
for
guild?
you
Can you
to.
like, name it?
No.
Oh, so we
It's,
can't
it's
be
all,
the fan of thieves. in
No, it's
Monster
all like
Hunter?
you just hook up with like people and then
Yeah.
they'll show up like in your guild hall as NPCs when they're not online.
I'll put hype. When we all got our Switches and we're like, okay, well we've got Zelda and Mario. What else is coming? I think we all agreed, if they get a Monster Hunter on Switch, this whole year for Switch, just those 3 games is enough. I mean, we're getting Splatoon, we got Mario Kart, we got ARMS, hopefully a Smash Bros. Port. Xenoblade Chronicles 2. So the Switch, if Monster Hunter is coming to the US this year, Switch is going to have a phenomenal first year.
Monster Hunter is the perfect Switch game.
And
it's the mobile game that we always wish would be on like big screen.
I will forego my hatred of no boss enemy life bars.
Oh, you will.
I will finally. I am ready to dip my toes in. I will go. I'm all in.
To me, that's so small.
You'll learn to love it. That first time you're battling Arathalos and you see her
I've
start.
played demos.
You see her start panting and limping and walking. You're like, oh, I gotta put the trap down.
No, I
it's
did.
time.
I played the 3D. You got me into the 3DS demo, and we did play it, and I was just like, eh.
But the demo was butchered.
But it was also 3DS, and I had the
they
original.
reduced
So
the
I'm in for the
difficulty,
Switch.
and they also give you a really easy monster.
Okay, last Nintendo game, Animal Crossing on the Switch. Not talking Metroid. Sorry, it sounds like we'd all be hyped for that anyway.
Yeah.
But Animal Crossing.
I've never played the games to like the degree that other people have, like maybe 5-10 hours at most before I put them down. But they're good games. I'd be hyped for it. Yeah.
I'd be hyped, and I've never played an Animal Crossing.
Whoa.
I've literally never touched one, but I listened to a phenomenal podcast, which I'm totally blanking on the name of right now, but it's about like the last 8 games you would bring to a desert island, and I think New Leaf has been like, it's like the second highest picked game behind probably Dark Souls, like of games that people would love to just have with them. I hear such good things about it. I'd be interested.
I'm hyped.
Yeah.
Like super hyped, man. I think I've had every single Animal Crossing.
You had the one on Wii? City Folk?
Except that one. But my wife and I, again, it's one of those like community things, and like she'll be mayor and I'll be mayor, and like we'll have like, now you can have like different towns if I remember correctly, and like your players can visit other towns and all this and that. New Leaf, like, dude,
New Leaf's
so
pretty
good.
Yeah.
So you have a New Leaf?
On 3DS.
Yeah, dude, it's awesome. It's awesome. So if they do this for the Switch, it's like a no-brainer.
I'm totally hyped for it.
Take my money.
They need to make it bigger.
The world?
The world, like your neighborhood, make it bigger. Give us more space and more things to do, because it does eventually peter out, and that's fine. But if you make it bigger, then recurring stuff. There's always going to be stuff changing. Totally on board. I think with the power of the Switch.
Oh.
I think it's time that they expand on Animal Crossing. So I would be hyped. Wow. Whoa.
Quad hype.
So we had 3 full-on hype games for Nintendo.
What was the one that wasn't full hype?
Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
Right.
I was the
That
one.
was split.
Oh no,
You
it was both of us,
were-
yeah.
yeah.
I was like,
Like I said, and I don't have any. And as opposed to New Leaf, that's the game series. It's like, I know that I would have to invest hundreds of hours into this to get in, like to really be a part of that hype train.
So some quick stats of the minor 3 conferences: EA, Ubisoft, and Bethesda were most hyped for EA.
What?
6 hypes versus 3
Star Wars.
hypes on the other 2.
Battlefront.
And then of the big 3, our most hyped is Nintendo with 14 hypes. Sony has 12 hypes.
So you have a new system. I'm telling you, the Switch hype is real.
Well, Microsoft's got Scorpio coming.
Yeah.
oh, that's actually coming out, or
4
Next
hypes.
year, yeah, it's
Oh,
fall.
it's
or
coming
no,
out
this
this
year.
year.
It's like fall this year.
It's
We should get-
the cornerstone of their E3 presentation this year.
Oh, they might blow us away with it.
They
honestly.
very well might.
You guys, by the way.
But I think everybody's a
Here's-
little
Here's the
apprehensive
problem.
about
It's going
what's
to
going on
cost
there.
$700.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
I'm thinking 600.
No, they're not going to make it cost that much. It's going to be a 400. They're going to eat the
No,
cost.
it won't.
We'll see.
It's
We'll see.
not.
That'd be
They,
big.
So-
they can't afford to eat that cost, and it's got much better specs than the Pro, dude. I'm sure they're nervous right now because the Pro tanked.
Alright.
Okay.
Move on.
Moving on. I don't have a Pro. I don't know anything about the stats for that.
It's not
So
good.
we're getting close to an hour and a
I'm a
half
hardware
on
guy.
here. We've got 9-ish more games, and then we got to get through forecasting. So let's pump out the rest of these. These are all third party. I think most of these are third party type games. so they could appear anywhere. Let's start with a new Devil May Cry.
Hype. Oh man, it's like, even though the DMC, the remake, reboot, whatever, wasn't as good as it could have been, still enjoyed it, and I love the Devil May Cry series, so they do it right, and they follow in the footsteps of 4, with like backtracking and nonsense. Yes.
Hype.
I think I'm a white. I'm too far removed from loving it, and I tried to play DMC, and it wasn't even that it was a bad game. It didn't grab me. I was like, third person. That was right around the same time that Metal Gear Rising came out, and I think I ended up going with Metal Gear Rising and playing that all the time.
Good choice.
And then I was just exhausted with the whole thing, and I was like, I don't want to learn another platform. I don't know. It could be good. I just don't care.
Well, I'm definitely hyped. I didn't play DMC because of all the crap that it got, but man, 4 was so good.
3 was the pinnacle of the series.
3 was awesome, man. Like, dude, like that final fight was so awesome. It was memorable.
Yeah.
What?
I was gonna say, like, Devil May Cry 1 and 2. Well, more so 1. That was Konami. That was the head of Platinum Games development, and like,
I'm wiped. No
I
interest.
hate it.
Don't care. I played half of Devil May Cry 4.
Yeah, and you were complaining about the stupid spider. Like, I hate when the first Devil May Cry anyway, not 4. But I let you play the first Devil May Cry on PS2, and you were
Dude, that was like 10, 12 years ago.
I know.
I played a ton of 4. I played a ton of
My
4.
tastes have changed. I'm probably into spiders now. Borderlands 3.
Like,
Hype. Maybe just because I watched the tech demo for GDC, but and I didn't play the pre-sequel because I didn't want to play another expansion of Borderlands 2. But man, I think they're hungry because Battleborn just was like not what they wanted, and they want to go back to what they do so well. I love Borderlands 2. 150 hours in that game, easy.
I don't know, man. I'm like so on the fence with that because
you played
like
a lot of Borderlands 2 with Sean though. Like on top.
He didn't beat it.
I didn't beat
Neither
it.
did I.
I didn't beat it. Like I got right to the end, right? Like
Yes.
right before the end, and you're so not holding a grudge at all. But dude, it's fun.
Stairs.
It's
you
fun.
missed some of the funniest parts.
It is a
It's
fun.
fun.
Game, but,
So I would definitely be hype. So yes, hype for
Okay,
sure.
alright.
More so because if you get it and you get it, and we all game together, it's a happy world.
I'll watch you
So
guys from afar.
you can
I'm,
join.
I'm very hyped for it because I love Diablo loot type games.
Yeah.
And that is probably the best
So much loot.
loot type game other than Diablo that I personally have played. Not saying it is the best, but
Wow.
I had so much fun with it. The humor, I know a lot of people don't like it. I thought it was hilarious. I enjoyed it.
Tiny Tina is one of the greatest video game characters
Yeah.
ever created.
That said, I am very skeptical that it's going to live up to Borderlands 2, only
Yeah.
because of their most recent track record being Battleborn, Battle Bombed.
I think it could likely be the Arkham Knight to Arkham City.
I was just about to say.
Yeah.
a good game, but you can't take the
And-
leap from from 2 to 3 that you took from 1 to 2.
I was gonna say Uncharted 3 to Uncharted 2. Like
Oh, that
it'll
was-
still be good, but
that
it's
one's
nowhere near
rare,
as
though, because
good.
Uncharted 3 really struggled.
That's
It's still a solid game, but
That's what I'm saying. It's a solid game, but it's still.
Uncharted 2 was like
I bought
Yeah.
Borderlands 2 4 times. I bought it 4
Yeah.
times for 3 different consoles. I couldn't even get through the pre-sequel, so we'll see.
Oh, really?
I'm a little.
yeah, but the pre-sequel was the Arkham Origins.
But if Borderlands 3 lives up to it, total
which
hype.
I've played through Arkham Origins multiple times, but not the pre-sequel.
A new Bioshock.
hype.
Really?
Yeah, I hated Infinite, but hype.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah, man.
What do you think of 2?
I actually enjoyed 2. 2 was a better game than Infinite. Burned me at the stakes.
Man, this one's tough.
it's tough for you and I because we just finished Prey.
Yeah, I'm like Prey did so many things well. It faltered a little bit towards the end. But is BioShock really going to top it? Like the only thing in my head is, do I want to return to Rapture? Well, I mean, yeah.
Well, it doesn't have to be Rapture
Yeah, it could be your
necessarily.
home.
Right, and that's kind of my thinking is like you would almost need to really separate it, and I think there's a reason Ken Levine broke off from it, and with him not working on it, I gotta go Wipe because he is the mastermind of that series, and when he's not involved, I think BioShock 2 is a bad game. I think it's just cashing in on BioShock 1, and people are like, oh, well, it did some cool things mechanically, but I hated the Big Sisters. I did not like the story, because there should have been one like there was in the original concept, instead of it being a bookend crap boss at the end of every level that just whooped your ass in oblivion until you managed to like do enough damage to it after spawning out of a Vita chamber for 7 times.
But Infinite should have been what they presented too, if you want to go that route, and Infinite was not
Yeah,
what they
but-
presented originally.
Infinite was way better than 2.
We're gonna have a video series where we
BioShock.
fight about games because Bioshock Infinite's. You and I are gonna go to blows on that.
Yeah.
Well, you could just settle it in arms.
Yeah!
Oh boy.
I'm cautiously hyped for it.
That's
Because I didn't care for 2 at all. I didn't even buy it. I got it on PlayStation Plus.
It's not
Like I didn't care for it.
not
Infinite, I got I think not day 1, but like day 4.
Yeah.
And during the developmental phase of Infinite, I did not pay attention at all. So my expectations were like nowhere near what yours were at the time. Yeah, I know. I remember.
I wanted that game.
Dude,
Infinite didn't let me down at all, really.
no, me neither. Like, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it for what it was. And after coming from Bioshock 2, I was like, oh, this is awesome. Because I played probably like 5 hours of Bioshock 2, and I was like, I'm done. This is not Bioshock 1. And Bioshock 1 was amazing.
Yeah.
Story-driven first-person shooter games that are good, not a lot of them left anymore. And Bioshock Infinite was good.
Yes, it was.
It did have a good story.
Yeah.
All right. I will. I'm also cautious. I would be hyped, and I think even if they return to Rapture, because of what happened in Bioshock Infinite, not going to spoil it, but basically multiple parallel universes and all that fun stuff. They could almost reboot the franchise with a different telling of Rapture, but still have it be within the canon. So the original Bioshock still happened, but then they could retell that story and have the outcomes or whatever happen differently.
There's always a
It's just one idea. Huh?
There's always a lighthouse.
There's always a lighthouse. There's always a man,
There's always a
and there's always a city.
Yeah.
They could do something completely different. But anyway, I would be hyped for Bioshock.
Man, someone's salty.
Well, let's wipe away the salt for Onyx with
Seriously, dude.
Shenmue 1/2 HD remaster.
Yeah! Are you kidding me? Hype! I love those games. So good.
Oh, I wrote hype on Bioshock for. Wait, who wiped Bioshock?
Me.
He did.
Okay,
I hyped it even though I hated
it was the Infinite that screwed me up. Okay.
Yeah.
In my head, yeah, I want to like it, but in my heart, I'm like, they can never. They've done like 6 of those games if you're including System Shock. So
Right.
how do you make it original?
So
Shenmue, hype. Absolutely. Those games deserve a second chance. And I mean, they're not mechanically great right now compared to the other games like Yakuza, but they're good. They're good games. So Shenmue 3's coming out. What did I do? What did I say?
Nothing. You're talking about they're not mechanically great.
Well,
Shenmue's overrated. What?
no, Onyx is very hyped for Shenmue 3.
No, I know. I think Shenmue's
Shenmue
overrated.
came
you
out
were
on the
crying.
Dreamcast. Shenmue 2 came out on the original Xbox. I mean, there were limitations.
Yeah.
I think Shenmue for its time
How is it overrated?
was great. I just don't care. I'm just trying to troll you right now.
I see
Honestly,
that.
I didn't play enough of Shenmue to care. I know that the age that it came out in and the
1999.
uniqueness of it. It's it was revolutionary at the time. I just don't care. So
That
like,
game was incredible.
I'm never gonna go back and play those games. So why would I play 3?
So, like an HD.
I don't
Is that,
care.
that's what we're talking
HD
about.
remaster.
Yeah, HD
I'm gonna go back and
remaster.
play a Dreamcast game
Why? You
in
playing the
2000.
Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2?
You wouldn't play Seaman HD?
I've heard the game was actually Like stupid.
It was really weird. I never played it though.
No.
Yeah, we were just discussing how much I want to just skip Kingdom Hearts 1 and get to the good one. So, example, I don't want to play Shenmue 1. Sometimes, look, I don't go back and play the original Final Fantasy 7 either. I can't do it. I can't.
Why?
There is
Neither can I.
there is a point
Sucks.
at which
What?
it just is too old, and I can't do it
On
anymore.
point. On point.
7?
Yeah.
7 is not too old.
Honestly,
There
you're gonna
are
back me
games,
up at the last
there are
part.
games that are newer than that I can't go back and play.
But
I tried to play Uncharted 1 recently,
Well,
and I was like, oh my god. I got like halfway through it and I was like, I'm going to the good one.
That's so bad.
Let's get back to
Yeah, we're almost to the end of the list.
Yeah.
So Shenmue, you're
White.
white.
Oh.
God, it makes me sad.
Yeah, well, Bioshock Infinite, you make me sad.
I'm hyped, but only because of the legacy behind it.
You've never played it, right?
No, I've never played any of them, but I do know that Shenmue, I think it was the first one, started the whole QTE phrase, like quick time events,
Yes.
in the gaming industry,
Yes.
right? Or am I wrong?
They were the first ones to
That
name
sounds
them QTs.
actually very.
No, they
probable.
named them QTs.
They named
that
them.
was their thing. Quick
That was
time
their
events.
thing. They were the first.
Yu Suzuki.
Yep, and like that, like completely and totally paved the road
For better or worse.
for better or
Better
worse.
absolutely.
Well,
For God of War,
Yep.
they use
Yeah.
QTEs.
All the time.
they're the,
All the
they're
time.
the, they're
Artists.
the great example of QTs.
Yeah.
Shenmue has way better examples.
Well,
I mean,
I wouldn't
they,
know
they
I
use
never
them in
played
Resident
it.
Evil 4.
They use them in so many.
They use them in so many
Kingdom
things.
Hearts 2
So-
introduced QTs.
Yes, thank you. So what I'm saying is that there's a legacy and there's a level of respect that you have to have for that, no matter how overrated it is.
Well,
But
Rudy can tell me about how he's snoozing his way through Shenmue 1 and how much respect he has for his legacy when he's trying to play that game, and I'm enjoying something that.
No way.
I'm just gonna get stuck at Space Harrier in the arcade, and that's all I'm gonna play.
But
I'm buying Shenmue to play Space Harrier.
Space Harrier?
I haven't
Yeah,
really.
in Yakuza, by the way. But
Oh,
but the
just
thing,
get Yakuza.
yeah.
the thing is, Yu Suzuki though, he was one of the big developers of Virtua Fighter, and he put those mechanics in Shenmue. So not only was it like an open world game where you do your missions and stuff, but you have a really good like fighting game in there with versus your NPCs. You have combos, you have like these things.
Well, he's trying to sell me on a game that I'm never going to care about.
do you like driving forklifts?
Look,
Who doesn't like driving forklifts? I mean, come on. America's favorite pastime.
Only if I get to poorly lift up pallets full of Shenmue 1 and 2 copies and like throw them in and like let them drop all over the place. And then the factory manager walks in and he's like, "Damn, Matt, you
Hi.
did it
Yeah.
again!"
For the record.
I got it. I'm hyped too, but I won't comment on it. So moving on, Call of Duty World War II. Call of Duty World War II.
Poop on a kebab wipe. Oh my god. Call of Duty used to be so great, and now I don't. Ooh, it's pretty World
who's
War II
developing
again.
World War II? Do you know? Is it Sledgehammer? Is it
This
Infinity
one
Dog?
I think it's
Is-
Infinity Ward.
Ward?
Infinity War.
Infinity Ward. Well, wait. No, Infinity Ward's gone, aren't they? Isn't it? It was
Wait,
like Treyarch.
no.
Or did Sledgehammer replace Treyarch?
No, they're all there.
They're all there.
It's just that
the people of Infinity Ward got
Well,
fired.
they're
or quit,
Respawn.
and
Yeah,
then
they were the
Yeah.
original guys. It doesn't matter. I don't care who's developing it.
Yeah.
Call of Duty is the safe, shitty, same stuff all over again, and they're trying to be like World War II hype. When Battlefield 2 gets announced, and they're like, "Hey, we're doing a World War II sequel to World War I," I will care. But Call of Duty will never recapture Call of Duty 2 and that first time in World War II where I was just like, "Oh my
Yeah, Call of Duty 2
god,
was
this is
kind of
so
perfect.
visceral."
Yeah.
They'll never get back to it. I could give a shit less. And their whole like, we cast real actors and face capture them thing. Like, it doesn't matter. I don't care. It represents everything about gaming that I hate. Call of Duty.
Wow.
Like it really
That's
does.
some strong
That's-
words.
Damn, bro.
And that is a series that I have. Modern Warfare, Call of Duty 2, even Modern Warfare 2.
Modern Warfare 2, are you kidding? How many hours have you put into
I
that?
adored those games.
Your wife, Mara, used to hate it when I made those videos of Modern Warfare 2.
They
You're like, oh
they
my
invented
God.
a genre there, but can't do it. Wipe,
Twitch
wipe,
shooter.
wipe,
It's
wipe.
a total Twitch shooter. White for sure. I'm not as salty as this guy over here, but I do agree that man, it's everything that's wrong with FPSs in my opinion right now.
Yeah.
Like Prey, like I haven't played it. but based on like their conversation,
I want to play it.
like I want to play it.
Yeah.
And like BioShock is another great example of a great FPS, and like maybe I'm just like a fan of like FPSs that are story driven, but
Half-Life?
Half-Life, please Half-Life 3.
Never gonna happen.
Nope.
I know, it won't ever happen. But I definitely hate what that franchise, if you want to call it that, did to the genre.
Yeah.
It was fun for like, you know, a couple iterations, but now it is so casual and so, hey, yeah, bro, you know.
Dude, bro.
Dude, bro, yeah.
The truth of the new Call of Duty is that Call of Duty 2 did the whole like D-Day landing thing, and it was like that Saving Private Ryan, but you were playing it.
Yeah.
It was great. The reason that they're able to redo that now is because a whole new generation of gamers are the ones that are playing Call of Duty, and they didn't play 2, and they're like, hey, there's a bunch of young guys that never got to do this. We can redo that with better technology. But I just don't care.
Snorefest.
I think I got the full gamer score on Call of Duty 2 on the 360.
Oh, yeah.
I loved that game.
Yeah, that was incredible.
It was great.
Yeah. I've watched
It's funny because I'm wipe on this too for the record. It's funny because when Battlefield said, "Okay, we're going back, and now we're going to do World War One," everybody was like, "Yeah, wow, you're going back to this is great." And now they're doing World War Two, and everybody's not everybody, but at least us, we're just like whatever.
I mean,
Yeah,
you're talking about the
franchise.
franchise that basically killed Medal of Honor. They destroyed Medal of Honor. Like they just.
The Medal of Honor people, the guys that went to Infinity War.
There may have been some of them, but I just remember Medal of Honor competed for a couple of years and then just lost their footholds.
Oh yeah.
But then the guys that
You're right.
were Infinity Ward,
They-
there's a whole saga about how they wanted to release a Modern Warfare game and they wanted to release on console and PC, and Activision was like, no, you can't do Modern Warfare, and we'll give you 360 development kits if you won't do a Modern Warfare game. Do Call of Duty 3, and they're like, okay, biding their time. And they revolutionized it, but then there was all this fighting, and they went and made Respawn in ancient history. It's like you lost your way. It's stupid. It's all stupid.
So we got 4 games left. These are all epic RPGs.
Okay.
Nino Kuni 2, Revenant Kingdom.
Yeah, sure.
Wipe, just because not enough familiarity. I'm not enough of a weeboo.
Yes, you are.
I really am not, though.
You're
You have to understand, like, my exposure to Final Fantasy was very late. I haven't played a lot of Final Fantasy games. I did not get into Japanese gaming until I was already, like, well into college, and even after that, so...
What was your first Final Fantasy?
My first Final Fantasy?
Yeah.
Mine was 1, bro.
You're
Talk about hipsters.
Honestly,
I was in on the original, first floor.
I might have played one of the 2D ones before 7. I think I played one of the 2D ones before 7, and I do not remember. It might have been 4.
Well, that's a great one to start at.
Right.
Any of them are.
Yeah, so...
Any of those 3 that came out here are.
But
4, 1, and
1, 4, and 6.
I never played 9.
Oh, okay. We're gonna do a series on bringing Matt up to speed on Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
So you're wiped
So
on.
wipe on you.
Yeah, just because I don't,
I'm hyped. Dude, tenfold, man. Like, the gameplay in the first one, the story was whatever, but, like...
It was a cute story.
It was-
I never beat it, but it was a cute story.
It was.
You never beat
it
it?
was.
I never beat it, man. So I can't.
Well, the ending was whatever, but like, just the whole feels of losing your parents and like
Yeah, no. It was heartfelt, you know.
It was definitely
feeling like
heartfelt.
you can get them back.
Yeah.
Oh man,
The
they
Ghibli
did that
magic
really
too.
well.
The Ghibli magic too helped a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Oh, hype.
We couldn't tell.
Shocker! I'm gonna be like the only one that wipes on any of these games.
I think that game's gonna be great. Thank God,
Play Final
Red Dead
Fantasy.
Redemption 2 got moved out of the way.
Dude,
Yes.
it's hard. How do I find time with things the way they are right now? I haven't even beaten 12. 12 I was having some hard
Really?
time.
12 is so good.
I mean, it was like, yeah, this is solid,
What's
but
the next game? Shout
What's
out.
the next game? Yeah.
What's the next game?
It wasn't next, but I'll skip to it since I just mentioned it. It's Red Dead Redemption 2, which just got delayed to spring of
Yeah,
2018.
yeah.
I don't think it's gonna be at E3.
You don't think it'll be at E3?
No. Rockstar is never at E3.
Well, let's say they are. Would you be hyped or what?
Yeah.
Can I just put hypes all the way across?
Yes.
Yeah,
absolute
go for
hype.
it.
Absolute hype.
I mean, I don't know what to say. It just looks
That's
fit.
fine.
It's gonna be great.
It's,
I had Final Fantasy VII Remake here,
But now we know.
But we know they're not. Well, okay, hang
No,
on.
they can still show
They may
stuff.
still show up at E3, but it sounds like that game's still not coming out for another 10 years.
20 to 30% done. What?
But that's good, in a way. Backwards sort of way, because maybe they're putting all their efforts into
They have
Kingdom
to.
Hearts 3.
No, they have to. But Nomura's doing both. I don't know.
Kingdom Hearts 3 will be out before the next E3 for sure. It's gotta be.
Before 2018? So you're saying this year? Or early next year?
Or spring 2018.
It's been on
No.
the train for
No,
ages.
so was 15.
But it just started development
Or
in
versus
2013.
Yeah. Like real development. Like, not like.
It's gonna come out in like 2023, man.
Square Enix can.
Hyper White.
What?
For what?
Kingdom Hearts 3.
Oh, is that the next one?
If they
Yeah.
show it, or if
If it's at A3,
I thought
would
you
you
said
be
7
hyped? or
remake.
what?
I'm
No,
sorry.
I said 7 remake.
He was gonna.
I had it on the list, but I
Oh,
crossed
so-
it
so
out.
Kingdom
Sorry.
Hearts 3.
Now we're talking Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I just bought
Mediocre hype.
literally 2 days before Persona 5 came out. I was dumb and went and bought 1.5, 2.5 because it's like I need to start playing these before E3 again. To refresh
I'm sorry
myself.
about one, by the way.
I think I don't know if I'm gonna make it, man. I'm just in the beginning Alice in Wonderland area, and I'm like, ugh, kill me. Like I don't want to do this.
We can't.
Do you want to do Kingdom Hearts 3?
I want to do
At
Kingdom
E3?
Hearts 2, and I want Kingdom Hearts 3 3, and I'm gonna go play Birth by Sleep like we were talking about. And
Yeah.
no, I just might skip the first game. I might just go wiki. I remember the story for the most part, but
We get it. It's fine. Kingdom Hearts 3. Yeah, I guess I'm hyped.
So 3 hypes.
Yeah, but
We
I'm
need
not.
3.
No, I was pointing. I didn't know.
No, you're
Did I
right.
say hype?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I said hype. But it's. I'm almost numb at this point.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like the carrot in front of the horse sort of thing that we've seen so much footage
Mhm.
and like.
Have we really?
They show.
Kingdom Hearts
They
3.
showed a
They've
lot
shown a
last
decent
year.
They show like 10 minutes of footage.
But I mean,
That's
like,
a lot for
but,
Square
yeah.
Enix.
Like barely anything.
That's a lot for Square Enix.
You're both
Yes.
right.
like
I'm like, I've barely seen anything. I feel like I haven't had a concrete like story trailer.
Yeah, but
But,
that's what Square Enix
No,
does.
yeah.
at the
like,
same
10
time,
seconds.
how long has this been on the horizon?
I don't know.
4 years.
Yeah.
4 years.
Well, 4 years since they officially announced. Guess what? We're in development.
Yeah.
We've been waiting on this game since
Forever.
2004.
Yeah.
Because as a company, they don't know how to do anything but trade on nostalgia.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I mean, they just let one of their best developers go.
Mhm.
IO Interactive.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I'm not trolling. I swear to God.
He's trolling.
No, I'm not. I am a wipe for Kingdom Hearts 3, and here's why.
What
I
are
am
you
super hyped for the game. Like, probably more so than almost anything else on this list. I don't want to see a single frame more of this game. I want to go into
was
it
surprised.
blinded.
Yeah.
I do not want to know
That's
what
not gonna
Disney
happen.
worlds are in it. I don't want to know anything else. Just give it to me in the plastic wrap. I'm going to open it up, take 2 weeks of vacation, and just enjoy. I don't want to see it at E3.
Good
So
luck.
that's
Yeah. No,
it's
right.
it's probably gonna be there, and I'm gonna watch the video,
You're not
but
gonna stop yourself. You're not gonna
no, I will not. I'm not gonna look away.
Look away.
But I really, I just want them to stealth release it at some point this year. Just say, here it is. I know it's not gonna happen,
That's
but
not
I, for the purposes of this, I'm a wipe.
Kudos for
So
hoping
last-
for that.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's gonna
It's
happen.
not gonna happen. Okay,
Last
last
game.
game. We're on the last game, and then we can move on to forecasting before we finish things up. Very interested to see what you all think about this. Do you have any guesses as to what the last game could
No,
be?
I
No clue.
literally.
Okay.
Yeah,
Metal Gear
27.
Solid 6.
Oh God.
This is from a little studio. They're based in Europe, specifically country of Poland.
Oh.
Cyberpunk
Oh.
2077.
Yeah. If they show me that, it's what I want it to be. Yeah, absolutely.
Hype. I mean, please CD Projekt Red, please make a good combat system for once, because
What's your two?
I will.
Witcher 2 is awesome.
I like the combat system. More than three.
I hated how long the trap stick to set.
That's the only thing. Yeah, it was way more. Whatever.
I
But
beat-
yeah, but
I beat-
Cyberpunk.
I beat Witcher 2 in one sitting.
Yeah, it's not a long game. At all.
I literally stayed up till 9 a.m. and I started the night before at like 5, 6 p.m. or something.
Dude, you're hardcore, man.
But I've never beaten Witcher 3. Hype. Cyberpunk needs to be good. It needs to be
Yeah.
good. CD Projekt Red, I respect as a developer so much.
Absolutely. They started so humble.
But man, Witcher 3's combat just bores me to tears. Like, it's the only reason that I have a heart. Like, I go back and I'm like, oh, I enjoy this game. I love the story. It's one of the best open worlds ever created. It does things that Zelda Breath of the Wild does, but better. Like, there's so much there. Give me the future version.
Man, if Platinum would do the combat for a CD Projekt Red game,
CD Projekt Red should get the rights to.
outsource Platinum, dude. Just like, give me the combat.
CD Projekt Red should get the rights to Vampire the Masquerade and do one of those games.
Ooh.
Oh my god, I would lose my mind.
But okay, so are you hyped?
Well, are you hyped?
Yeah.
Why would you even? Yes.
Dude, Witcher 3, like, oh man, one of the best games that has come out, in my opinion, for like,
If he has a daughter, Yennefer for sure.
I would not.
But no, in all honesty, man, like, I have clocked in so much time into that game. Like, I think the last game that I clocked in that much time was probably Dark Souls 1 or Final Fantasy 12. 12, like, dude, I completed the entire, like, all the hunts, everything. But no, talking about this, Cyberpunk, if they follow that same setup that they have and actually listen to the fan base and all this and that, like, yes, 110%.
Yeah, Witcher 3, I didn't care too much for it. I played a lot of it.
It's not for everyone.
It wasn't
No,
for
it's not.
me. I
It's
am
for the
hyped for this
majority,
game. I just think the setting and style. I hype setting style.
Yeah.
This is gonna be great.
Okay.
So there you have it. Some interesting statistics I would like to share. Since I am often accused of being the most hype of this group, the least hyped with 14 hypes and 13 wipes is Mr. Matt Man.
Wait, he's the least hyped?
He's the least hyped.
It's the greatest hype. It's the best hype.
It's gotta be huge.
better. It's a better hype than it's huge.
With only 3 more hypes than Matt, meaning 10 wipes.
Now.
Myself,
Oh wow,
17 hypes.
man, you a hype slut.
Oh my god, yeah.
Tied
No!
at the top with 18 hypes versus my 17.
By one, dude.
You guys had. So had I hyped Kingdom Hearts 3, all 3 of us would have been.
Wait, but who had the most wipes?
Me.
Matt.
Matt had the most
Matt
wipes.
had-
How much did I beat you guys by?
3. You beat me. So you had 14 hypes. I had 17 hypes, and they had
No,
18
who had the
hypes.
most wipes?
Okay, so Matt had 13 wipes. I had 10 wipes, and you had 9 wipes.
Wow. Okay. Gotcha.
I thought it. Wow.
And our least hyped
I'm a
was
snob.
Microsoft.
Microsoft, who would have thought?
Sorry, Microsoft. Well, that was our E3 pre-E3 discussion.
It's gonna be great.
Would love to know what everybody else is hyped for, so please leave us some comments
Like
on the
and comment
website
and
or
subscribe.
on YouTube.
Yeah.
Before we close things out,
I can't believe we didn't have the Division 2 on that one.
we have
The Order 19.
we have some forecasting that we need to deal with. First, we've got to look at last week's forecast. Matt, since you've got some dirt on your shoulders, can you go to Metacritic for us? That'd be fun.
Oh, am I gonna be off by 1 point because it's up from my score now?
What? Spoiler alert! Jeez, let's. So here was our bet last week. What will be the average critic score on Metacritic for Injustice 2 using the highest rated version? Rudy, you said 7.8.
Yeah.
I cut you off by 1 at 7.9. And Matt went all the way up to 8.7. Now, I should point out, for the record, there is a version on there that was at like 7.7 just the other day. It's the iOS version, which technically is not
A mobile
the same.
game that has no association.
But it is called Injustice 2.
Mhm.
But we did say the highest rated, so which one is the highest? PS4 or
Xbox One is 1 point higher than PS4 at 89.
89.
Injustice 2 for PS4, as of like 4 days ago, was at a dead on 87 and went up from my score. So
So Matt, you are now on the board with Onyx. You each have a point. Rudy, we've got not very much of a hole to dig out of, but we probably only have, 7 or 8 more points available for the rest of this year.
Yeah.
Whoever has the most points is picking a game, and we're all going to play it.
You're all playing I Am Bread.
If that's a 2-hour game, that would be fantastic.
You're bread, and you have to make yourself.
It's like a quad style
so
3D
dumb.
physics game.
So dumb.
Or I'll make you play Not Your Friends.
So for this month's podcast, here is the new bet that we need to forecast. How many of the following games will appear at an E3 press conference with some sort of related visual media? So this can be a logo, it can be a screenshot, it can be concept art, it could be a full-on gameplay demo, a trailer. So here are the games. There are 8 of them. So a minimum of 0, maximum of 8. And they all come from the list that we just discussed. Dragon Age Inquisition 2, a new Splinter Cell, The Evil Within 2, Forza Motorsport 7, Bloodborne 2, Animal Crossing Switch, a new Devil May Cry, and a new Bioshock. That's 8 games. So, who would like to go first? Onyx.
3.
Sure.
3.
Got 3.
3.
What 3 games of that list do you think are likely to be shown?
I believe that. Let's see right now.
Dragon
Forza.
Age. Forza?
It's gonna show up.
Okay.
A new Devil May Cry might show up, and Animal Crossing Switch. Those are the 3, in my opinion, most possible to show up. I don't think we're gonna get any others, so I say 3.
3. Okay. Okay. Matt, did you want to go next?
Sure. Onyx and I are on the exact same page.
Oh, no.
I was actually tempted to go 2 because I would agree with you pretty much spot on in terms of the games that I think could show up there.
Yeah.
I also don't like, well, I guess we would be due for a normal Forza, not a Horizon.
Yeah.
You had so many games on there that I just don't expect to see any kind of news about. So.
All right.
Okay.
Rudy, what you got for us?
I guess I am really Mr. Hype. Cinco.
5.
So.
5.
Oh,
Like,
no.
nuts, man.
Don't tell me
You
you're
lost.
5.
You just lost. You just lost, dude. Me and Matt got this.
I think it's likely to be lower than 3.
Probably.
I went 3 to be safe.
It is pretty
I was
safe.
really thinking 2. Like,
I'm super optimistic.
So of those 8 games, if you pick
So-
5, what are likely for you?
So, Dragon Age 2, for sure. Animal Crossing, for sure. I really wanted Devil May Cry. Like, that would be awesome to jump back into it. That would be awesome. I would like something with Bioshock because of the success that Prey saw. Like,
Critically, anyway.
Critically,
I don't think it did well.
well, yeah. But I mean, how many great games are out there that did well, or that didn't do well and were awesome?
gamers suck.
Yeah. Let me see. What was that? I think the Evil Within 2 is highly possible.
It is
It's
very possible.
highly possible. Like, I mean, the first one, though I haven't played it, was loved by many.
It's very possible, absolutely.
So that's my Cinco.
5.
How do we split that if it's a 4?
If it's 4, all 3 of you get a point.
Oh, man.
Oh, wow.
If it's 3, both of you get a point. If it's 4, all 3 of you get a point.
Well, anything 3 or lower, we both get a point.
So it's funny how we were talking about who's the most hyped person.
Oh my god.
He's like, I want it.
I've got 6. We're at 6. So here's how I look at this. I think Dragon Age Inquisition 2, we're gonna get some sort of 2-year out announcement, and they're gonna show us some of that bullcrap concept art with the developers. That's happening. New Splinter Cell. That's gonna be the final game Ubisoft shows at the end of their conference. That's happening. Evil Within 2. That is clearly one of the 2 games Bethesda's doing. 3 for 3. Forza Motorsport 7. That is going to be carrying part of the Scorpio this year. Now we're at 4 for 4. I don't think Bloodborne 2 is going to happen. as much as I wanted to, it's probably not going to happen. But there's always that slight possibility, but I didn't count it as one of my 6. Animal Crossing Switch, I think, actually I think Metroid might actually have a better shot at showing up here.
Please.
Animal Crossing Switch is a no-brainer. For the Switch, I think they may hold on to that as
next year.
as for something to pad out next year.
And Metroid.
Which now I'm kind of second guessing myself. They may not actually show it here, but I'm between that and Bloodborne 2. Okay, maybe one of those will show up, and then between Devil May Cry and a new BioShock, I think it's likely we'll get one of those. So I'm 6. Get hype, E3, baby.
Here's the problem. We're more likely to get a new Bayonetta than another Devil May Cry. We're not going to get, what's the one you just said? Oh, we're not going to get Dragon Age Inquisition because we already know that there's a fresh BioWare IP coming out, and this is the year because they just released Mass Effect, and we're still only 2.5 years from Dragon Age. They're much more likely to use their fresh IP as their hype, and they never do multiple games in one announcement.
I don't know who they were, but allegedly last year there were voice actors leaking that they were working on a new Devil May Cry, so people thought it was going to show up at E3 last year, and it didn't. So I think now might be
I could see Devil May Cry. I don't know where maybe I'm just like out of the loop on the Evil Within. I just don't expect it. I mean, I liked it too, but I don't know. I don't know what he's been up to. Forza, there's a Forza every year.
Yeah.
I mean, BioShock, who knows? DMC, who knows? Like, I don't know. I feel like it's much more likely Bloodborne's not going to happen. I could see a world where Sean wins this, where just like, but then I'm just going to be disappointed in E3 if he does, because it's going to be like, well, this is just a bunch of rehashed crap. Like, oh boy, BioShock 4.
There's a lot of sequels.
It better be a damn good, interesting BioShock concept. And if it's Bloodborne 2 and Miyazaki's not working on it, I'm gonna march my ass down to From Software.
That's the only way you can.
So, we're gonna have to finish things up right here because guess what? Our audio recorder just filled up with audio. It turned itself off. I don't know when that happened, but it couldn't have been too much longer ago, so we're getting all our audio out of the video camera right now. Yay! Hooray for early podcasting. All right, so I'm going to talk pretty loud here. Let's finish things off. So you can follow us on Twitter at @TheGamingResume, or you can follow us on our website, gaming-resume.com. If you are listening to us or watching us on YouTube, please give us a subscribe. That would be fantastic. We will be doing reaction videos for all of the E3 press conferences. It may be one of us, it may be all 4 of us, or some combination. But please look forward to that. You guys have anything else to say?
Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for tuning in. Bye. Time to get back to work and fix some things. The Gaming Resume would like to thank Kevin MacLeod for allowing us the use of Digital Lemonade, which is the music you heard at the beginning and ending of this podcast. Kevin MacLeod can be found at Incompetech.com. The use of Digital Lemonade is licensed under Creative Commons by Attribution 3.0 license.
Welcome to a world where
Everything's
people have
recording.
things
Test, test. 1, 2, 3. Test.
Where is she?
Where is she? Rachel!